Where you, yeah, people wonder where have you been? Where have you been? People wonder where have you been? Echoes in the dark, we lose time when it bends. I got bored in my mind, feel like a black hole in space, yeah. It all in my mind. I swear it feel like a black hole in my space. You hear echoes in the dark now. I'm losing my mind, not my faith. 'Cause most of us just trying, still trying to figure out cosmic, just trying together now. The things we don't know nothing about. Ain't nobody on it. Nobody I wanna see coming round. Oh no. Nobody over it now. Oh no. Nobody I wanna see coming round. Feel like I've been stargazing too long. Looking way too high to be feeling down. Ooh, 'cause most of us just trying, still trying to figure out cosmic, just trying together now. The things we don't know nothing about. Ain't nobody over it. Nobody I wanna see cut around. Nobody over it now, no. Nobody I wanna see come around. Feel like I've been stargazing too long, looking way too high to defend it down. 'Cause most of us just trying, still trying to figure out cosmic, just trying together now. The place we don't know nothing about. Ooh,
And I've been stargazing too long, and I'm way too high.
What up, people? What up, people? It's your boy, man. Back again for the first time, man. Back again for the first time. Check this out. It's been a long off season so far. It's been a long off season so far. And I have to give you this. I have to give you this. It's been a good off season so far. If I have to say, if I have to say for myself, I would say it's been one of the most um emotionally, you know, fluid type off seasons we've had in years, bro. Like this off season has actually took me for a toll. You know, going out of the season, starting out with like, what are we gonna do? To literally being in that very, hey, I don't want to risk my whole team for Kevin Durant. To we got Kevin Durant. We didn't risk the whole team. You know, farewell to the guys that brought us. You know, like they say, you dance with the girl that you took to the dance, or you dance with the one that brought you there. You know, um, farewell to those that brought us to the dance. They're gone. And then it's the whole high of
guess what? The Rockets gonna win the championship. The Rockets gonna win the championship. And at the same time, all this is going on, we got our boy Mad Max over on All the Smoke just doing work. Like everything Mad Max say goes viral. Everything Mad Max say go viral. And when he said, "Goddamn, he's the Rockets gonna win a motherfucking championship," I said, "Oh man, Mac, don't do it to him like that, man." Excuse my language, part of my language. Fair use, fair use. That was a teachable moment. Um, but um, I was so shocked, and I think I don't even know if Perk put it out there. Everybody said the Rockets could win, but I don't think nobody actually put us up there to say that we was gonna beat the Oklahoma City Thunder until Max did. Um, and that took me to a whole new level because obviously Max is my favorite basketball player of all time. And then we go straight into, you know, man, is we still gonna do this? Is we still gonna get Giannis? Oh yeah, can we get D'Angelo Russell? Can we get this? Can we get that? Oh man, they probably can get this and get that. And boom, boom, boom. And now Dame come free. Oh man, we probably can get. And it's like, hold on, slow down, pump your brakes, pump your brakes. Do we need all that at this point? You know, it's one thing to make a good gumbo. It's one thing to cook a good gumbo, bro. To go to the store and say, I got my sausage, I got my okra, I got my bell peppers, I got my onions, I got my ground beef, my prawns, I got my shrimp, I got my crab legs, and you got everything that you want in there. I don't know. I don't think I'm. I mean, obviously you got your real stuff. I got everything I want in there, and then you start seeing extra stuff like, man, I wonder if I can put these scallops up in there. I wonder if I can put these, can I put some orange bell peppers up in there? Maybe I put some mushrooms. Mushrooms is good. Do I really need all the good stuff that I could probably put in here and maybe it could work? Or do I just want to go with a good solid gumbo? Because sooner or later, when you add too much stuff to your gumbo, two things gonna happen. Your pot gonna be too full. You're not gonna get enough juice on your rice, and then you're gonna not get enough sausage in your bowl. That's just bottom line. If chicken, obviously you got chicken. I forgot all about chicken. But you're gonna not get enough sausage in your bowl. And if you don't get enough sausage in your gumbo, pause. That's crazy, pause. But if you don't get enough sausage in your gumbo, you're gonna have a problem. And I think the Houston Rockets are at the point to where we got a good gumbo and we don't need to add too much more to the pot. That's just simply how I look at it. And it's getting to be at the point where I'm almost over it. I'm almost over the whole entire, what else can we do as far as personnel? Unless somebody told me that Ime Udoka was bringing in an offensive minded mastermind as an assistant coach, I would not care if you said any other names that's on the list other than LeBron James or Giannis. Anybody else you say, if it's not LeBron, Giannis, or Steph Curry, I really don't care who else you say is coming to this team right now. Don't even at me with it. I don't want to see. Like if I see it, if I scroll and I see the Houston Rockets could be, oh, this could be crazy. Oh, this is gonna be insane. Gargantuan move coming. I don't even click on it. Because at this point, we got a good team. The only thing that's going to make us better is great coaching, hard work, and continuity. It's the only thing that's going to make us better at this point. From now until preseason. I mean, that's it. That's it. Stop, eye hustling every player in the league at this point. You know, I know people saying that we need point guards. I know people saying that, we're going to get into the Reed Shepard thing here in a minute. In just a minute, after I get this rant off my chest, we're gonna get into the Reed Shepard thing. But I know people saying we need point guards, we need point guard play, we need this, we need that, we need that. But the bottom line is we need our coach to do a hell of a job coaching offensively. That's it. That's our star. Really, our star don't have to shoot one jump shot for us to win a championship. Our star has to execute mentally and vocally and strategically in order for us to win the championship. If our star executes strategically, we win the championship. I don't think the Oklahoma City Thunder coach can outcoach our coach. He got outcoached by Rick Carlisle this year. Rick Carlisle lost because his player had an injury. Not that I just necessarily believe that Indiana Pacers could have won, but I do believe their coach got out coached by Rick Carlisle. Yes, we have Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is a top tier superstar in this league by all metrics, by anybody's standard. Roll out a ball, get a bucket. 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 That's the new song. Roll out a ball, get a bucket. I could make one of those, those little mashup songs that people be having, like the stay off the weak, stay off the weak, stay off the. I could make one of those with people saying, roll out a ball, get a bucket. Roll out a ball, get a bucket. Roll out a ball, get a bucket. I might drop that. I might drop the song. It's gonna be the Kevin Durant mashup or something. Roll out a ball, get a bucket. Get you a bucket, get a bucket. Roll out the ball. Anyway, listen, we get it. We get it. Running the offense, is Kevin Durant going to be able to run the offense? I mean, we know that Fred VanVleet is running the offense, but is Kevin Durant going to be able to help orchestrate, the offense to where it opens up things for other people from his position that he's at? That's going to be important for us this year. Those are our two biggest stars. That's where the eyes are going to be on the most from the beginning of preseason to the end of the year. It don't matter what else happens. I mean, if Armin looks great, if Alp looks great, if everybody looks great, the eyes are still going to be on Ime Udoka and Kevin Slim Reaper, Durantula, Durant Jr. the first. Period. Do I got a little echo? I can't tell if I got a little echo. Yeah, I sound like I got a little echo. Hold on, let me see if I can fix this echo right quick. Did my echo gone? My echo? Okay. Let me see. Okay, that sounds a little better. Mic check, mic check. All right. Now, with that being said, I think when you go down the higher from the apex down, from the top tier down, it goes. The proper order is me, the route, the route. The proper order is Ime, KD, Almond, then LP. That is the superstar order as of right now. I know. I know it's people like gonna bug out if I say Armin is a bigger superstar than Alperen Sengun. I am in no way saying that Armin is a better player than Alperen Sengun right now. I am in no way even saying that I like Armin's game better than I like Alperen Sengun's game. I'll even I'll even give you this one out the gate. I don't. I don't like Armin's game better than I like Alperen Sengun's game. To me, right now they about equal because Armin hasn't been the best passer that he could be. Which, which, if he was a great passer like we thought he was, and a great defender, I would love him. I would love him immediately if he was a great passer. But we haven't seen it. And he might be a great passer, but it's hard to be a great passer if you're not a great ball handler. They go hand in hand. Alfred Shangon is a great ball handler and a great passer, and he's becoming, becoming a very quality defender. So with that being said, I can't say I like Armin's game better, but Armin is a better superstar right now at this time, which is why that's the pecking order for me as of right now. And Alfred Shangon is our fourth person that would be a superstar on our team. I think Armin would, you know, rise. He would excel. He would transcend to that point before Alfred Shangoon transcends to that point, right? Okay, that's important. That's important because I I don't know how Alfred Shangoon's game matches with him being behind Kevin Durant. With like since Alfred Shangoon has been in the league, he's always had the advantage of being in competition for the number one spot. It's totally different when you come in the game and you know you will never be the number one player. You're not gonna get the number one spot. Not that he can't do it because we know when he's in Turkey he comes off the bench and all this and that. I get that, but it's totally different when you know it's the other guy's team. It's always been. I think it's always been the Alprin's advantage to say, I get to go out here to compete to make this my team. All I got to do is go out here and bust ass, play hard, play harder than Jalen, play harder than everybody on the team. This is my team. These are my guys. I'm going to make it so with my play and my tenacity. Nobody can be more tenacious and tough and have the heart of a lion like I got. And that's played to Alprin Shangoon's advantage and it's helped his development. But now when you have an alpha coming in, and I don't mean alpha as in natural leader or tenacious tenacity or any of that stuff. I mean hierarchy alpha. Just I'm the alpha because I'm the man and you not, right? How is that going to affect Alprin's continued development? Because you already got Armin who feels like, hey, Armin is in the place where he feels like, hey, if I keep doing my thing, I can take this team over. I can be the best person on this team. That helps you as a player. And I think, you know, Alprin went through that going back and forth with Jalen. Jalen kind of went through it, going through it with KPJ. KPJ jumped out the window. Pause. I mean, not pause, but you know, not literally. You know what I mean? Not literally. That's just a figure of speech that I use. Not nobody do that or did it. None of that. But Alfred Shangoon, um, had the same kind of back and forth fight with Jalen. Not actual fight, but and now it's an Armin and Alfred thing to where they are bumping heads for I can be better, I can be the best person on the team, I can be the best person on the team. The competition of wanting to be the best person on the team, you feel like you can be is gonna push those guys to be better, but then you drop Kevin Durant in, now he's the best person on the team. Does it affect their overall productivity? Not productivity, because they'll get the most out of themselves, but does it affect their development as far as being that guy? As far as I can be the best person on the team, I'm the dog, I'm the man on the team. Does it affect it? I don't know. That's something to watch. That's just something to watch. I think it's gonna be something very intriguing to see so far. Now, has Summer League told us anything? Has Summer League told us anything so far? I myself personally, I don't believe we've seen what we expected to see, and I don't believe that we can take what we saw and just dismiss it. Now I can sit here and toe the line with you all day. I can tell you we saw some good, we saw some bad. I can do the whole outsider's first paragraph. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. I can do the whole nine, you know. But I don't think that's going to do justice unless I go into exactly what it is that I feel is the pros and cons from Summer League, starting from Nafali Dante. Nafali effing Dante. And then you'll say, why did I choose Nafali Dante first? Chose Nafali Dante first because Nafali Dante is flying beneath the radar as a player who, in his second year, is looking like he's going to be good in some years. I mean, period. Period. Nafali Dante is going to be good in some years. And to be honest, to be 100% honest, if it was, if it came down to it, and let's say Clint Capella and, you know, let's say Alfred Şengün and Clint Capella wasn't playing and we had Steven Adams and we needed a big, I wouldn't be scared to have Nafali Dante running some backup minutes of Steven Adams. I just wouldn't. Because what he brings to the table is a super uber athletic guy with the NBA body that just don't know how to play basketball yet. But he gets one thing. He knows how to put himself in position to catch the lob. And that's a skill set. So big up Nafali Dante. You have put yourself in position to be a rising good player for a very good team. And you might see time, you might see minutes this year on a team that could win the championship. Congratulations, Nafali Dante. The other thing that I noticed right off the bat, um, the other thing I noticed right off the bat, the statement was made. There was a statement made by Raphael Stone, Ime Udoka, and the Houston Rockets as it pertains to Cameron Matthews. When the game was over, when he got into the little scuffle, I came on and I said, matter of fact, I went on post and I said to guys who were saying, you know, it's this whole thing where you got these, I want to call them athletic simps. You know, they like simp for, they like cake for friendly stuff. You know what I mean? Like everybody want to be Shane Battier or something. I'm no shots at Shane Battier. I else with Shane Battier, you know. But everybody's always they fighting and they fighting, they fighting, yeah. Why people gotta fight in sports? Sit down somewhere with that nonsense, bro. Sit down somewhere. So I look around and, I first thing I see is a post that say something like, probably not a good job, a good idea to be fighting when you trying out for a job. What? What? Immediately, my reaction was, if you trying out for a job working for Ime Udoka and the Houston Rockets, that's probably gonna get you hired faster than not fighting. Faster than not fighting. And sure enough, the very next day, maybe even the same night, they cut Nate Williams and hired Cameron Matthews. Now listen to what I'm telling you. For one, the dude didn't fight. The dude just set an aggressive screen. The man tried to lock his arm, and he walked him like an offensive lineman. He just walked him like 10 yards or something like that. Just walked him out of the play. Could have pancaked him or whatever. He just stood him up and walked him. And when the scuffle started, he turned his back and walked off. Like that's nothing to me. That's nothing. I'm not even worried about it. Blow it off. Blow it off. It's nothing. That'll get you a job. Not just because of the aggressiveness in the play, but because of the fact that it's nothing. That goes along with the good passes and stuff that he did. It was more than just that he did that game, but that went along with the aggressiveness, the way he played, the IQ, the cheering the team from the bench, the whole excitement. The guy's an exciting player, and Ime Udoka and Houston Rockets made a statement to the league that this is what we are building. We are building guys that we just dogs. We just putting all the pits in the yard. If you got any kind of bully, you got some Boudreaux, you know what I mean? You got any of that, we want that in the yard. You got some old hog dogs back there you done bred, we'll put that over there. We'll bootleg some papers for it if we gotta breed something. We want all the pits in the yard. That was a hell of a statement by the Rockets to do that. I'm with it. I so much like the fact that Cam Matthews got hired that I just I didn't even respond to anything else since then. I left it at that. I just left it. I left it alone. And he came back the next day. He didn't have as good a game as he did the first day. And I was like, okay, is he the kind of guy that when once he gets his money, he kind of rests on his laurels? I don't know. We have to see. But he did play hard. I think maybe they might have celebrated a little bit, which I said they was gonna celebrate a little bit that night. Celebrate a little bit that night. You rest on your laurels. You in Vegas. Maybe you come back the next day. You're not 100%. That's cool. Now, if that's what you did, fine. And I'm not gonna blame you for it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you'll get better. You'll get better. Okay. Now, as as you come in, if you come in and you're in the chat, drop a one if I sound okay. Drop a two if I got an echo. If you come in, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you. We're gonna keep it rolling. Now, check this out. The thing about Cameron Matthews is, like I said before, a Swiss Army knife, another Swiss Army knife that can do multiple things. You really don't have a defined position for him, but another good wing player, good wing defender. You know, just a powerhouse of muscle. Lou Dort type body. Just a overall the kind of guy that you want to have develop on your team. With the league being so, wing players, wing defenders being at a premium, it's a great guy to have develop on your team. Will he develop a shot? Yeah, because he's not gun shy. He's not trigger shy. He'll bust his shot. He'll shoot it, and he feels like he can make them. And if he feels like he can make them, he'll start to make them because we've seen him make them in college at Mississippi State, where he was a below average 3-point shooter, but not a shy 3-point shooter, which is cool with me. Now, we running down it real quick like this. Ultimately, you know, I think what the Rockets are built because look, we know that Kevin Durant ain't gonna take a bunch of mess off of nobody. We know Kevin Durant ain't gonna take a bunch of mess off nobody. And he fits the mold. He fits the mold of who we are as a team. I mean, probably even more so than Giannis because Giannis ain't really Giannis ain't really trying to bump. KD will bump with you a little bit. He'll bump with you. Giannis will talk a little mess, but Giannis really a nice guy, cool guy. KD kind of got a little mean streak in him, a little cool mean streak, but he kind of got a mean streak in him. So he might fit where we going and fit what we building this, that, and the third. Um, but I think as far as just making us a deadly team to where now we got a guy that we can talk of noise. We got guys out there who can talk noise, and we got a guy, not only guys who can back it up, but we got a guy who can back it up on the court as well as throwing you on the court, like Amin Thompson, who can throw you on the court and you will be on the court. And then we got KD who can back it up on the court, as far as what, his style of play. So, and Alpin too. So that's cool. It's dope to have them kind of dynamics with um players who like to smoke, who don't mind getting physical, who like to mix it up a little bit. That's all cool. That's all cool. Tell me if you like Cameron Matthews on the team. I mean, first of all, obviously he probably won't get no playing time. That's not what I'm expecting. I think he'll be well. Here's the thing: we say he's probably not gonna get no playing time, but you got to realize Tari can be hurt, Durant can need time off. Jeff Green is old; he might not really want to play early in the season. So if we do get the ball rolling and we have some time to let guys play to where we feel like we can win with Alper Shangoon and Amin, if Alper Shangoon and Amin is playing good, and Clint Capella and just playing good, and Aaron Holiday playing good, we might see some of these G League guys come up and play because it's going to be a point where guys need a break. And when those guys need a break, Tari, KD, Jeff Green early in the season, he might not be playing a lot. When those guys need a break, we might see some of these G League guys. At least once or twice a year, we see guys from the G League get minutes you know with the we blow you out by 20 squad. And if we get that, we blow you out by 20 squad, we can see some Nafali Dante. We can see some Cam Matthews. We can see some of those guys on the court. We still got some Taste and Holidays and things like that, that players like that we will be able to see on the court. And it would be good to see those guys from the G League get a little burn. That would be cool. I'm not going to even hold you. Now, real quick, I'm going to keep it a buck. We finna get into this right here. And I didn't really think that it was going to be important to go over this as much, but let's bring this back for the people. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring it back in just a minute.
Nobody I wanna see coming round. Nobody, nobody over it now. Nobody I wanna see coming round. Feel like I've been stargazing too long. Looking way too high, be feeling down. Ooh, is most of us just trying, still trying to figure out. Cosmic, just trying together now. The place we don't know nothing about. Ain't nobody over it. Nobody I wanna see cut around. Nobody over it now. No. Nobody I wanna see come around. Feel like I've been stargazing too long, looking way too high to defeat it down. Cause most of us just trying, still trying to figure out. Cosmic, just trying together now. The place we don't know nothing about.
And I've been stargazing too long, and I'm way too high.
All right. let's get into this last little bit right here. What I got to bring to you tonight. And if anybody come in the chat, I'll bring y'all up. If y'all want to come up, y'all want to get your takes off, we can get your takes off. If not, I can let it run, and then I can jump back on and the rest of the stuff that I'm gonna bring is gonna be separate from this. I do got some great topics I'm gonna be running over the course of the next few weeks while we get prepared for the preseason. Now, mind you, preseason is only about a month away, and Rockets practice is gonna be fire for the next, you know, obviously they have a little off time, whatever they do, and it's gonna be fire. So I got some stuff I'm gonna bring to y'all over the next month while we wait on preseason, and then when preseason start, we're gonna get it jumping. Now, this is what I want to get into right now. Again, I asked this question last time. I posed this question, and is the Reed Shepherd experiment over? Is the Reed Shepherd experiment over? I posed this question last week after game one, and I said, yeah, the Reed Shepherd experiment is over because we have seen what we need to see. Is it hype? No. Is it too much going on? Is Reed Shepherd showing us all we need to see? Reed Shepherd has shown us everything we need to see. And I went on the whole thing, bro. I went on the whole entire thing about how the experiment was over, not because he didn't show us what we wanted to see, but because he did show us what we wanted to see. And everybody was on the Reed Shepherd hype train. Oh, how things have changed. Oh, how things have changed, my sweet brother. So fast, how soon we have forgotten. Oh, so fast, how soon we have forgotten. I came in here and I said there was things that Reed Shepherd didn't do well that I needed to see him do well before I was gonna feel any different than I felt. He couldn't do more worse than he did in the first game to me. He can only do better because I saw things that I didn't like in the first game. Not only did he do things that I see him do things that I didn't like in the first game, but I had, you know, I had an OG on with me, channel OG on with me. Shout out to King, and we talked about if the Reed Shepherd, the hype had built up around him from the game, from the first game, and we both kind of came to the conclusion that yeah, it was a little hype. We both had the idea that we didn't see him shoot lights out. He shot 15 threes. He made up. Yeah, he shot 15 threes. He made six. I mean, I'm not doing the math in my head, but somebody knows what the percentage of that is. It's not what he shot in college. It's not what we expect him to shoot. I don't think. Um, and I ultimately felt like 28 points and the steals. Obviously, you'll get those steals if you try hard. You'll get those blocks if you try hard. You know, you'll get those assists if you try. But 8 rebounds was nice. 8 rebounds was nice. And I felt like the way that he played in game one, the way that Reed Shepherd played in game one was a bunch of hype if you don't know basketball. He did in game one what he was supposed to do for a guy who has not been the primary creator, shot taker in his career. They asked him to go out and be something that he just hasn't been. Which my take has always been, I wanted to see him go out and do everything. I wanted to see behind the back passes, hit a couple threes, do the night, shimmy shake down the court, go out and act like a star. Go out and act like a star. That's the only way you're going to be a star. Because what he did in game one don't make you a star. Why is that important? Why is that important? Because at a point, you have to be an entertainer. At a point, you have to be an entertainer. You have to make that 28 memorable. Not remember, but memorable. You have to make that 28 so memorable that it sticks in people's head, and the fear of embarrassment sticks to people. Because ultimately, when you come back out, it's the guy that's saying, "Oh, all he did was jack up a bunch of shots, and he got the green light to shoot. I'm gonna stick it to him. I'm gonna make him not be able to do that stuff this game. You're gonna just shoot a bunch of times and you're gonna make some shots. So what? So what? No, but I want you to feel like I was confident when I did it. I wanna do some behind the back passes. I wanna do some stuff. Hey, look, if you go out there and you scared to play ball, I ain't sniffing because I got no cold. I smell something. And they gonna smell it on you. They gonna smell it on you. They coming. Sharks in the water. Dun, 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 dun. And that's what we saw. Sharks in the water. Them boys out there, them real boys out there like, MVP. Hype? What? I'm trying to get a job too. They finna let your mans just shoot and be the superstar. He scored 21 points. Filipowski scored 32. And I can do some stuff. I'm a shooter. I'm a real shooter. Look at me, mom, no shoelaces. Jakob. Look at me, mom, no shoelaces. Jakob. See? And that's how they get to looking at you. They get to looking at you like, what makes you special? What makes you so special that you get to shoot the ball when you want to, and they trying to make you be a star and this, that, and the third, and you don't do nothing special. You're not even doing it with swag. You're not even doing it with swag. You doing it like you're walking on eggshells. You doing it like you're walking on eggshells, Reed. And them boys looking at you. They looking at you. Them boys out there looking at you. And when boys look at you, oh man, that ain't a good look. That's real spill. You know what I mean? All the way from Smith Hill, man. I'm telling you what it is. Them boys got to looking. So what did we see? We saw immediately the next game, the tables turn. And from the next game to the next game, the tables turn. And it's just like, hey, we don't have to see too much more of this. We see what the business is. We see exactly what the business is. The reason why this question is on my screen right now is because I still feel the exact same right now that I felt before the summer league started. The experiment is definitely over. It's nothing to see here. It's not because it's bad. but we know what we got. We know exactly who Reed Shepard is. It's nothing behind the veil. Lift it up. Guess what? I can see the wizard. I look. I can see you right there, Reed Shepard. I'm looking right at you. You know what I mean? You're not hiding. I see you. It's like Fat Albert hiding behind the tree. No, you didn't disappear, bro. I still see you right there. You right in front of me. I know exactly who you are as a player. I would have been dog ass wrong what I was gonna do because I had clips of all the guys that I felt like remind me of Reed Shepard. I give you a list. Brent Price, not Mark Price, because my dad be thinking I be talking about Mark Price, because Mark Price was a baller. Brent Price was the one who used to fall on the ground every game, diving for loose balls. That was his stick. I'm Mark Price brother, and I dive for loose balls. Mark Price. Steve Kerr. Shout out to SFTS Radio. Shout out to SFTS Radio. Steve Kerr. What is it? What is it that Steve Kerr do? I can go over here. You're gonna pass me the ball. When you pass me the ball, I'm gonna shoot it. It's gonna probably go in. But if I dribble, I'm gonna pass it because you're gonna be right here. When I start dribbling, you're gonna be right by me the whole time I'm dribbling. You're not going nowhere when I dribble. I'm not going nowhere when I dribble, so you don't have to go nowhere when I dribble. I knew it. Now, when we get around this area, I got one for you. For the real Rockets fans, Matt Maloney. Matt Maloney. Matt Maloney. Houston, you have yourself Matt Maloney 2.0. Matt Maloney 2.0. Only difference is Matt Maloney, for those of y'all who don't know, Matt Maloney's dad coached Calvin Murphy. Am I right? Matt Maloney's dad was the coach on the team that signed or drafted Calvin Murphy. So Matt Maloney kind of was like you know, scratch my back, scratch your back kind of thing, to where he got to play for the Rockets, and he played. He came in as a rookie, 27 years old or something like that. He had the slowest crossover the league has ever seen in the history of crossovers. Matter of fact, he might still be crossing over. he, he might still be crossing over right now from when we signed him back then. We might still be paying him. We might still be paying Matt Maloney. He might still be crossing over from back then. Now, Reed Shepard is a younger version of Matt Maloney. So he got in early enough to be better. But is he going to be better? And I know, like me and King was going back and forth about why I feel like it's necessary to be flashy. I feel like it's necessary to be flashy because if you don't, dudes just gonna sniff you out. They're just gonna sniff you out and see your weakness. Sometimes you gotta cover. Sometimes you gotta be the dude that even if you can't fight, you gotta make it look like you fight, like you can fight good while you fighting. If you get in a fight and you swinging like you don't know what you're doing, oh yeah, you getting your tail end bust. You getting your doggy's ass mollywop, or your doggy's bottom, should I say? But if you just post up like you know how to fight, and you bobbing and weaving, and you jabbing like you know what you're doing, if you get beat, they can, you can at least stick your chest out and be like, man, I can fight. He was just better. But if you out there, just dry, with your fist balled up like the backwards kangaroo punches like Bugs Bunny and them used to do in the cartoons. You got your fist pointed towards you, and you trying to fight, and people see that, they gonna look at you and be like, "Not that boy, man. He might get hit hard, but he got his fist pointed towards his own. He got his fist pointed towards his own face, man. You know what I mean? He got his fist pointed towards his own face, and you cannot expect for people to respect you when you got your fist pointed towards your own face. And that's what I'm saying about Reed Shepard game. You come out and score 28 points. You can have your 8 rebounds. You can do all that. But if I don't see nothing that shows me that something was exceptional, then you just got 28 points as a backup point guard. That's it. You just scored 28 as a backup. Third string. Because that's what you did. That's what you did in the summer league. That's what you did in the G League. And guess what? For me personally, I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. I'm not down on Reed Shepard. I'm at the same level I was when he hit the 28. Before he hit the 28, the only time I was ever different, 2 times I've been at a different level about Reed Shepard. When I seen him in college and I seen the stats the first time, and when I seen the stats and I watched him play, and I said, this dude is shooting lights out. This is a good player. We should draft him. I'm super high. Not super high, but I'm where I should be for that draft class. For that draft class, I'm where I should be. We got him. He scored his points. He did his thing. He scored 50 in the G League. Boom. I went up a notch. I said, okay, boom. He got his confidence. Up. I went up a notch, and now I'm like, he ready. He's where he can be. Where he should be able to get playing time right now. And from that point, I haven't changed. I'm at the point to where he's where he should be, where he can get playing time right now. Here's my thing though. Salute, King, salute SFTS Radio. Hey, if anybody come in, the link up there at the top, you can hit the link. You know what I mean? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to King. Shout out to SFTS. Appreciate everybody stopping through. That goes for anybody who's in the chat. If you want to come up, you want to drop your take, you feel like I'm wrong, link at the top. Speak your mind. Now, if you're in it, thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't care either way. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Either way is cool with me. Now, I don't feel no different about Reed Shepard than I did after he scored the 50 points in Summer League. He came in, I said, oh, he needs playing time. Boom, boom, boom. He came in, he got points on Oklahoma City, was their second unit. He got points on them. He scored 26, 28, whatever it was. Still feel the same. He come back, I say, you know what? Reed Shepard has to do bonkers. He has to go bonkers in Summer League. He needs to go bonkers in Summer League to solidify himself as an up-and-coming star point guard. And I mean it. Nights, shimmies, behind the backs, floaters. He needs to do everything. No look passes, looky look, all that. He needs to cross, bam, bam. He needs to do everything in Summer League to solidify himself as an up-and-coming star point guard. He scored 28. He got the 8. He did everything he could do. Boom, he played good ball. He could be Caitlin Clark. Is he that? Potentially, he got the potential to be it, but he's not that. He played in this game, didn't look so good, but the first game to me didn't look, it wasn't a monumental extravaganza of basketball to me. Because we said he's not losing nobody. He's not losing his man. His man's sticking him. He's not getting no separation. He's having to pull deep threes. He's pulling the deep threes. He got a little kick out. The guys ain't really setting no picks. It's a lot going on to where if he was being designed for a certain offense was being designed for him, if the offense was being designed for him to get off threes, which is he could be very impactful. He could be very deadly. He could be a very deadly weapon. He could be a very impactful basketball player. But he's not right as of right now, he's not a John Stockton. Let me tell you something. John Stockton was kind of fast compared to Reed Shepard. I seen Reed Shepard one time in the offseason push the pill with speed, and I mean he was pushing the pill with no speed. Even when he go full speed, it's not fast. It's not like he's not one of them ones where he can go in the overdrive and run down the court and be fast. It's just not there. And it's a difference between having that kind of player who can really, I'm athletic. It's a difference between having a guy like that's really athletic than I got some good genes, so I'm athletic a little bit. Can he get faster? Yes, you can get faster. You can get faster. You can lose some weight. You can tone up muscles. You tone your muscles up a little bit because to keep it a bean, he got the Tom Brady body. He got the Tom Brady arms. He don't look like he not ripped up. He don't look like he need to be out there with them boys. You know, he look like he's supposed to be accounting somewhere. Or he supposed to not even throwing no hay. I ain't even say like they say look like a country boy. He don't even look like no real country boy. Not the ones where I'm from. Not the ones where I'm from. I know them boys that'll run into a tree. I know the boys that'll run into a tree and get up laughing for real. And fast is all outside. You not you hey, I tell you one thing, if they got on if it's Halloween and they got on the color you don't want them to have on, you better hope you got some friends. Hey, no, look, I'm just joking, but look, for real, this is the thing I'm saying. Reed Shepard can be better. It's things that's gonna make him better. As for me, I still stand on my same exact. I stand on the same exact position I was on one stream, two streams ago, as far as where I'm at with Reed Shepard. There's nothing to experiment about here. There's nothing to see here. We know exactly what we're gonna get from this guy, and that all depends on what is it Ema's gonna do with him. That's the bottom line. It's nothing else that I can really say about. And for all the people who down on Reed, stop it. Stop it. Come on, man. You're not being realistic. You're not being realistic. The dude can jump a little bit. He know how to. He's smart. He get his float off. That floater's gonna land. Let me tell you what's gonna work. That floater is going to work for Reed Shepard. He's gonna be able to get that float off in due time. Even right now in the league, he can get that float off when he wants to. He's not going to be being triple team when he's on the floor. Right now, if Reed Shepard was the starting point guard for the Houston Rockets, he would still be a good player. He would be a good player right now if he was a starting point guard for the Houston Rockets. Because they're not going to be triple teaming him all up and down the court. Everybody the whole team looking at him like they was looking at him in summer league. Come on, man, keep it a buck. The whole offense was geared towards stopping him. I mean, the whole defense was geared towards stopping him. They put a big defender on him, physical defender, a fast defender, and they just muscled him up. Muscle and quickness. We're gonna go ahead and hound you up and down the court. We're gonna make you have to move. Okay. Now, how did you beat that? Look, get the ball. If it's somebody open, shoot it up the court. Go ahead and run out the screen, pop out, get in position. No problem. If you got space, go ahead and bring the ball up. 9 times out of 10, they got to get back and worry about that boy. They got to get back and worry about LP. They got to get back and worry about KD. They got to get back and worry about Armin. They're not going to be double teaming Reed Shepard. What? I mean, now when you get the ball over the half court line and you say, well, we're not going to cheat off of him either. Really? You're not going to cheat off of him? What you going to do? You're going to let the 7-footer that's 50-49, you're going to just let him shoot willy-nilly? I mean, you're going to just let him shoot? Right? Okay. Do that. Do that because you want to try to cover Reed Shepard. Just because he's a white boy and you don't want him to hit 43% three-pointers. But you're going to let the guy who already averaged 40% three-pointers shoot him. But you're going to try to stop somebody who can average 40. That don't make sense. But he can't create for himself. Well, what is it that he trying to create? What is he trying to make? His Lego? I mean, what is it that he's supposed to be doing? What is it that he's supposed to be doing? Because if you one-on-one, like I said, he's used to playing with the guy running right next to him. He's never been able to beat nobody speed-wise. So that's nothing new to him. If you one-on-one, he know how to put his body into you and get to his floater. He got his one little go to the middle, spin back, fade away. If you can get to that little slow spin back, fade away, you can block it, but it's going to be pure. If he get it off, it's pure. Anything he get off is a pure shot. Except those, I'm going to come down and pull this three before y'all can get here. And I'm shooting a little extra. So I just think what does this tell me overall? It ain't nothing to experiment about with Reed Shepard. I mean, just keep it plain and simple. I could have opened this whole stream up and said, nothing to see here. Reed Shepard did Reed Shepard. He did what we thought he was going to do. He was going to have a good game. No way in hell he's going to be the MVP. But he showed he can shoot. He showed, he showed he's smart. He showed he's going to play defense with a lot of tenacity. And he's going to play hard. He's a hard-nosed contender. We saw that. I am in no way poo-pooing his defensive efforts. I am in no way poo-pooing his shooting ability. Am I poo-pooing the optics, the aesthetics of his game? 100%. 100%. And I just believe it. With all due respect, bro, if you Tim Duncan and you 7 foot and that stuff working and you want to go 1-2, I'm gonna dribble, pull up, back shot, and you Tim Duncan and it's fresh and it's clean, do that. Be fundamental, be bland. If you 6'2" and it's working, we'll see if it works. We'll see if it works in the season. And that's what you want to be that. Be that. But when they ask you to go, if you want to be the starting point guard for an NBA team, and you think you're going to be the starting point guard for an NBA organization, you want to be a superstar player, and you're going to dribble down the ball down the court, going 1.6 miles per hour, you are wrong. You can you can you cannot dribble the ball down the court going that slow, bro. Let me tell you something. If you white and you dribbling full speed and your hair don't even move, come on, bro. Come on. You got to at least make the front part of your bang fly backwards one time. You can't just be dribbling and your hair still be straight down by the side. You gotta do something. You gotta what is what we expect. That's all we've seen. That's all we see. We ain't seen no burst, no acceleration, no nothing from him. We seen him make shots, you know, fundamental when they supposed to go in, they go in. When they don't supposed to go in, they might not go in. That's that's nothing. That's nothing exceptional. He hasn't shown that he's an exceptional player. Period. And I don't think he will show that he's an exceptional player. But I still think he can be a starting point guard in the league in about 2, 3 years. I think he can do it this year with the team we got, especially if we get somebody else. But we got to stop stargazing and start looking at what we got. Now, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the pressure off Reed Shepard for a minute because I want to get back on what I think is, you know, just kind of the nuanced part of the conversation. I believe you got to be fair and honest if you're saying, hey, we have a guy that we want to market. We have a guy that we want to be good. We want the guy to be good. We think he has a skill set that is potentially dangerous in the NBA, and we need to figure out how to utilize this particular skill set to build a team, and we want the team to be X, and we think this guy can be, you know, the head of that type of team. Then guess what? He's no different than, you know, any other shooting point guard that is in the NBA. Because I'll tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you the I'm gonna like they say. I'm gonna tell you what God love. Steph Curry ain't that fast either, bro. Steph Curry ain't that fast. Can he pat? Yeah, he can pat that thing. And he grew up patting that thing and knowing that he was short. But so did Reed Shepard. Can Reed Shepard handles get better? You can always develop your handles. They can always get better, especially when you're a little bitty guard and you got to dribble up under people. But Steph Curry's offense, first of all, I'm not saying that Reed Shepard is offensively as skilled as Steph Curry. Nowhere near what I'm going for here in this statement. So, don't press me. What I am saying is if the offense is designed for Reed Shepard to get shots, then you could market him as a great shooter. No, for real. No, there's no cap. There's no cap at all. SFTS says nowhere near Steph Curry. No, no, that's 100%. But if you wanted to market Reed Shepard as a star potential guard, and the offense was developed to where you were going to get him quality looks at the goal every night, now would be the time to run him out as much as possible with a great team that can cover his mistakes. This would be a great time. You got a team like Kevin Durant with shooters and people like that surrounding him that can cover up any blemishes or any flaws in his game. You have great defenders around him. You have fast players that he can throw the ball up to. I didn't see. I'm gonna save that one. But no, let me say that. I didn't see him throw too many alleys. I'm kind of curious about his overall passing game. I think that's more of a point of concern for me personally. Is his passing? How good of a passer is he? Because not being fast and not being able to create separation is all one thing. But can you whip the ball? Can you whip the ball? Do you have the court vision, and do you have the court vision to see things before they see holes before they open up, and know that I can get the ball there before they close? Or can you see a guy before he starts his cut, and I know that I can throw the ball to him before the other man can get there? His passing game to me is, I think, the biggest point of concern I have for Reed Shepard. Matter of fact, I'll go out on the record and say this. This is what I was telling King the other day. This is the part of the game to me where I feel like he could have really made himself solidified as a superstar, is in the passing game. If he would have just came out and just killed with the passing game, I wouldn't the 28 points was gonna come regardless. And I really had, when I said his stats, I said, man, I called it down to the T. I didn't, because I gave him 8 assists and 5 rebounds. He had 8 rebounds and 4 assists, which is a problem for me. And I didn't even pay attention to it on the stream because I was looking at the blocks and the steals, which he had more, and I was like, okay, that's great. But for me personally, his passes, you talk about nowhere near, you talk about nowhere near, his passes are nowhere near what I would like for them to be as far as a star point guard. That's my stake, and I'm sticking to that. And I'll say this: if he was, same thing, same thing. If he was ever to show that he could make certain passes, like it's the whole conservative, it's the whole, I gotta be conservative, I gotta make sure I don't make mistakes, I gotta do this right and this, that, and the third. Man, put some flair in your game, man. Jump in, kick your leg up when you skip the ball down the court and throw it with some extra speed on it. Throw the ball hard as you can to somebody. Do something. I don't know. It's just a little scary. It's just a little scary when a guy, of that caliber with that kind of potential don't have a little, don't have a little spice to the game. Ain't no sauce. He ain't got no sauce on his game. You know what I mean? You take a guy and you say, hey man, just put some sauce on your game. It'll make you a better player. It'll make you a better player. So we know that Ime is not going to cater to Reed Shepard. We understand that Ime is not going to. We know that Ime is not going to really cater to Reed Shepard, but is he? Is he drawing up these screen and rolls? You know, I do myself personally. I do think Reed Shepard is good as a pick and roll ball handler. This is where I'm different. Do I think Reed is still Rockets worthy? I do. I do. I do. Because on one of the plays that I and tell me what you think in the chat. Do y'all think Reed is still, good enough to be on the Rockets team, or should he have been included in the Durant trade, or should Reed Shepard be included in any other trades coming going forward from this point? You know, tell me what you think in the chat. Tell me what you think in the chat while you're here. And if you're listening later, you can tell me in the chat, tell me what you think. I'm gonna check this out. This is a good question. Do you think Reed Shepard should be on the Rockets? Do you think he should be Should he have been traded in the Durant trade? Do you think that Reed Shepard should be put in the packages of trades that are coming in? So, like, if a trade come in and Milwaukee says, "Oh, I'll give you one," I'm gonna give you one because Milwaukee might not do the Giannis thing. But let's say a trade pops up for Larry Markkinen, and this is a realistic scenario. Danny Ainge say, "You know what? I'll let y'all get Larry Markkinen, but you got to give me Reed Shepard." So then he compare, what's the boy name? Ace Bailey. I want to pair Ace Bailey and Reed Shepard together with the other boy, with the other young bull, and we're gonna have 1, 2, and 3. I'll let you get Larry Markkinen. You give me boom boom picks, Reed Shepard, boom boom player. Are you willing to come off Reed now at this point? That's a great question. Let me know what you think in the chat. Now listen, I don't know where I myself personally, this is where I'm going. I do. I think because I still think Reed is a good pick and roll ball handler. Not ball handler, but this is what I mean when I say ball handler. When I first learned how to play basketball, and I decided I was gonna be serious in playing basketball, I went to an uncle. My uncle was a state champion, and you know played against Mark Price and all this and that. You know what I mean? And they had a great team. My uncle could have went pro, whatever. I know everybody say they got somebody in their family could have went pro, but my uncle legit could have went pro if you know he would have chose to do that. Um, I went to my uncle. I said, "Look, I'm trying to play basketball. I'm trying to get better. I got my ball. I'm dribbling up and down the court. What can you tell me? What can what can you teach me? Man, look, basketball is simple. If you play, if they got you at the guard, the first thing you need to know is pick and roll. Second thing you need to know is give and go." So this is what he told me, and this is why I pointed this out the other day when I first pulled up the highlights. The pick comes. The pick comes. The man set the pick. If the defender runs into the pick as if he's going to try to do something other than dive directly through the pick like a maniac and stay connected to your body, and he gives you any space between the man setting the pick and you, then you just shoot over the top of both of them. It's that simple. You just shoot over the top of both of them. Obviously, my uncle comes from a era where the 3-point line wasn't the big deal. They didn't care whether it was a 3-point line or mid-range jump or whatever it was. It was just simple. If the man set the pick and he creates the space, you just shoot over the top of everybody. The minute you get the space as a point guard. Now, after that, what happens is if the man does close out on you, then that means that your roll man is going to have room to roll. So now you can make your move towards the basket, and then you can start going, and then you can pass the ball out. Right? So once that man is committed to coming to you, then you can look for the roll. But if the man is running into the defender, just shoot over everybody. And that's what I saw Reed Shepard do. That makes me believe it's not even about whether or not he's a good ball handler or not. It's just about, well, it's just about whether or not they, whether or not they believe he can get off his shots and where they have designed for him to get off shots. Because you remember when Carmelo Anthony was talking about, him and Chris Paul in the mid range thing, and they were saying, well, hey, look, we only got 8 mid range shots. Chris Paul gonna take the mid range shots, and if you get one, Carmelo, we're not gonna be mad at you. And Carmelo like, what? I'm me. I'm me. Why would they include him in a trade where they didn't have to? No, the example I gave was, what if it was something like Larry Markkinen, where it was like, now I'm not saying to just throw him away, but I'm saying like, they said they left him off the table for Kevin Durant. So I'm saying now if we look back at it, and what if they wanted Reed Shepard instead of Jalen Green, and they would have took Reed Shepard, some iteration of, Reed Shepard, Jay Sean Tate, Jock Londale, Dylan Brooks, and we could have kept Jalen Green. Would that have been better? That's kind of my logic. And then my next question was, you know, um, if going forward, if a team like Utah Jazz, they got Danny Ainge over there, what if he say, hey, you know, Reed Shepard kind of remind me of myself. I want to try to bring him to Utah. We'll shoot y'all Larry Markkinen. He might be hurt. Y'all can have the whole 7 foot hurt team. A bunch. Y'all can have the all 7 foot hurt players team over there. 7 foot shooters who ain't gonna play the whole season. And you give me Reed Shepard and some iteration of matching salaries, and I'll give you Larry Markkinen. Give me Reed Shepard, some picks, and blah 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 blah. Would you do it? Are you willing to trade him for less now than you were before the summer league? Great question. It's a great question to look at for me to think, hey, you know, after guys have came down on him a little bit, because the Shams report was Reed Shepard was kind of on the untouchables list, so to speak. I wonder, is he off the untouchable list now? Has Is Stone taking Reed Shepard off the untouchables list, or 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 was he only on the untouchables list because Stone knows that Milwaukee wants him, or that Utah wants him, and was Stone keeping him off the list because they want him to come out and show his potential, and let his potential go up, and they plan on trading this dog his bottom anyway, which is what I think. Which is what I think. The only reason you would have him as an untouchable after last year was the 50-point game in the G League, and to say, hey, because if you in practice with him, he's slow. You know if he's slow or not if you see him every day. Well, we don't know exactly how slow he is because we don't see him play against young spry athletes every day. But they know he ain't going nowhere. They know they know he ain't going nowhere. You know how it be like Pepe Le Pew. Everybody leg be moving, everybody be running, everybody leg be running. He just be going full speed and don't be going no place. He ain't going no place. He took like 132 steps and was at half court. He still was at half court on the fast break. He ran full speed, 132 steps, and was still at half court. I said, boy, this man ain't got no kind of liquor speed. But you don't have to have speed to be a good basketball player. Don't get me wrong. But you gotta have your mind. Got to be fast. You got to be sharp. We seen that he can outthink players. We seen that he can do that. Um, Defensively, we seen that he is very um equipped to use his mind defensively to get an edge on players. But I can't say whether or not that's going to help him offensively. It's just, to me, I believe he has to get to a point to where he can show up, show improve, and it's gonna come the confidence. Like, I don't know. Don't get me started, man. Me and King gonna argue about it, man. But I think you can see confidence in the players' game. Like, even Tim Duncan, his game was very, bang, bang, bang. You turn around, you shoot the little thing, but you still can see when he had to do something, he had to hit you with a little hesitation dribble or something like that. He had some kind of swag to his game, man. It was just something that was there. Even on the most boring players, they had something that you can look at it. You can see it was something there, and you can see it in Reed when he playing good. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm storying. Tell hey, when them old folks, you in the car with the old folks, you can't say the line. You gotta say, tell me I'm storying. Tell me I'm storying. You can see his game. You can see that it's there when he playing good, but the minute it start to get tough on him, he go back to chicken wing. He go back to the chicken wing style of play. You can't be out there with the chicken wing, bro. You can't be out there chicken winging. So tell me what you think. This ain't gonna be a long one. I'm probably gonna go ahead and shut the stream down here. Marketing isn't lesser. Hold on. Let's see what let's see what this is. This look like some foolishness. Let me see what King talking about. Yeah, but Markin have been on the trade block for 4 years. He kind of like Miles Turner. He been on the trade block for 4 years. You know, I don't think he lesser than Reed Shepard, but Reed Shepard got potential. They got some young guards. They got some young players over there, and they timeline ain't where you know they timeline just shifted. And I believe that if they was to trade us marketing, they would get they could probably try to swindle us out of some picks to add shooting to our team. We in win now mode. First of all, marketing probably make too much. We'd have to give up more than what we want to give up to get him. But we in win now mode, and marketing is another shooter scorer that we can add to Kevin Durant. And could you imagine a team with 2 7-foot shooters in the starting lineup? Oh my days, that would be 2K. That would be 2K. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. You know, let's look. We just need a point guard. You know, that's why I probably would either just let Al Pacino be the point center because he a better ball handler. See, Larry Markkinen probably would be the best ball handler if we had Larry Markkinen, he would be our best point guard. If we had Larry Markkinen, he would be our best point guard. I mean, not better than Fred, but we might would have to. I'm thinking to get Larry Markkinen, we would have to give up somebody. But I think it would be Reed Shepard. You know, we just signed Jeff Green, so I don't even think we can give him up. But I don't even supposed to be stargazing. It was just to say, you got me out here stargazing. But I do think overall, um, that's a possible trade in real life because Larry Markin has been on the trade block. They're gonna move on from Larry Markin in some time, and it's people. I think it's people out there who won't reshape. That's. I think ultimately it's a team or some teams out there who won't reshape it, and that's why he wasn't on. That's why they kept him. That's why they had him on the untouchable list for the Kevin Durant trade. Tell me this, King. Tell me this. After seeing what we saw in the past 2 games, is there any other reason he would have been on the untouchable list? SFTS Radio, tell me this. Is there any other reason? Can you think of any other reason he would have been on the untouchable list other than Raphael Stone planning on trading him or using him for trade bait in the future? Do you think they really plan on keeping him? Do you think he's really part of their I want you on the team future? Or do you think it's I just wasn't going to give you up for Kevin Durant. You too valuable to give up for Kevin Durant, future. And can you let me know if you was gonna come up? If you was gonna come up, I'll hang out for a little while. If you was gonna come up, I'll stay on for a little while. Let you come up and bloviate a little bit, man. I know how you like to bloviate about old ship, man. I know that's you know I know you had high hopes for your boy, man. And or they got you at the work. How you cheating? You cheating in the next room at work? Let me find out that boy at work like I used to be at work. Be at work clicking and clacking on the button, listening to everything at work. Anything rockers to keep my mind off work. But we still got people in the building. Let me look. Let me look. Still got people in the building. I know a lot of people. Hey, look, I done had a couple of views on here. You come in, hit the like button. I'm just scared to hit the like. I don't got no dislike, so it should have a little more than what I got. Hit the like button as you come in, man. Hit the like button. Show your boy some love, man. Show me some love. Hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up. I ain't out here begging for no thumbs. I ain't hitchhiking. You know what I mean? I ain't hitchhiking. I ain't going nowhere. But you know, you can hit the thumbs up. It's for the free. Thumbs up is for the free. Thumbs up, thumb down don't matter to me. So this how we gonna do it. All right now, I'm just holding for a second. I'm gonna check and see if uh if the OG want to come up and say something. I can pop off a couple more things about this right here. Overall, I give y'all my final thoughts because I got some more stuff that I'm setting up, and I'll give y'all a little sneak preview into what's gonna be going on for the next month or so. I'm gonna be doing some looks at practices, what's going on in practices. I'm gonna be doing some couple of salary cap things. You say you wouldn't trade him. You wouldn't make that trade. I'm gonna be doing some I'm gonna be doing some look at some salary cap stuff. Um, I'm also gonna be doing some debates. I'm gonna be setting up some debates, some Rockets debates. It's just gonna be flat out debates. I'm looking at getting a moderator. I'm looking at getting a moderator, and I want to have debate topics, just a debate topics. You know, get a challenger. You know, set up the premise. What's your premise? What's your take? Debate it. Time debates. Will it be a time debate? It won't just be a frantic debate. It'll be, maybe 2 minutes rounds, and then a back and forth or something like that, to where we can keep it kind of orchestrated, and that's all gonna be going off next month. So we ain't gonna be bored. Like a lot of people that's talking about, oh, this is season, ain't gonna be nothing popping off this season. It's gonna be popping off hoping her a red alert. Cause I'm gonna keep it popping. What I'm gonna do is I got some couple of things I'm gonna do, going into the next month, and then as next month start to get ready before preseason, I'm gonna be setting up the Rockets debates. And one of the debate topics I wanna get some set up on is who is the second who is the second best debate. I mean, who is the second best Rocket ever? Who is the second best Rocket ever? You wouldn't what? What you wouldn't do? What? Stop the cap? What cap? Stop the cap? What cap? Ah man, look. I like to smoke, man. I like to smoke, but see, I wanna have. I'm looking at trying to have the debate set up with the moderator. That way we can have a time. Boom, boom. we can have a debate topic. Somebody set the premise. What you know how you want your premise set up. Okay, this the topic. Boom, boom, the challenger, and then the person who defending. Then you set it up. Premise. Boom, boom. Either two rounds, 2 minutes apiece, or 3 rounds, 2 minutes apiece. You know what I'm saying? That's 6 minutes, and then we'll have like you know a back and forth, and then some closing arguments or something like that. That way, you know what I'm saying? That way we can get off some of these Rockets topics, like who is the second best Rockets ever? Who is the second best Rocket ever? I think that is a super topic. Okay, we got action. We got action. We got your boy King popping up. I can see today because I don't got all them extra clips and stuff. I don't got all them extra clips and stuff added to the to the thing. I'm trying to keep my strikes down, man. I've been running out here like an outlaw. I had all kind of video strikes and everything, man. What's up, King? Salute to you, Cap.
Was happening? What it do, bro?
Chilling, man. Up here getting it off. I've been having the issues, so I've been away from the, you know, what I'm saying away from the desk.
Right on.
What
I
you got?
think I, I think this untouchable phrase has been blown out of proportion. It's been used too much. I don't believe that old Shep was untouchable, quote unquote. I just think they was not going to entertain adding him or Jabari, to a trade to Phoenix when they didn't have to. Like it wasn't required that they give away their young talent like that for a KD who already said he wanted to go, he wanted to be out. He was on the final year of his contract. Um, Adding him wasn't with like Jalen wasn't gonna get the salaries to match. So
Right.
there was really no real need of justification for adding them in there. I don't think it was, they was quote unquote untouchable. I don't think none of our young players are untouchable. Now, Almond may be the closest thing to it, but if, say, Minnesota would have offered up Ant-Man to Houston for Almond, they would have did it.
You think they'll give up
I
Armin for
know
anything?
for I know for a Figaro fact, for a Snapple top fact, he'll be gone because Ant-Man is already a superstar. Ant-Man plays defense. He's a number one scorer. He didn't took Minnesota to the, I think, the conference finals twice.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Armin is a very talented player. He's a great defender. He works hard, so we all believe in his potential, to get better offensively. But what he is on defense, Ant Man is already that on offense in comparison.
Okay,
And I'd
okay.
say that Ant Man right now is a better defender than Armin is a shooter or a scorer.
Where that little baby at, man? I need to get that little baby meme on my soundboard, dog. I need to get that little baby meme on my sound. That real shit. Let me get the little baby on here. No, but no,
So
you say he a better defender than Amani is a scorer. That's what you said.
right.
Okay, okay. I know. I give you that.
So I like I say, I don't think old Shep was untouchable or nothing like that, but it just wasn't necessary for them to add him in. Um, I told you before this thing ever went down, I wasn't gonna read nothing into summer league. I understood, what was going on in the assignment. Now, like I said, my only question about Shep is his shooting as good as it was advertised? You dig what I'm saying? Because for everything involved, he hasn't been an
Okay.
efficient scorer. He hasn't been an efficient shooter. And so until that's the one thing I think that he has to prove. And that's dating back to last year. He wasn't really an efficient scorer or shooter last year. So that's the thing that he's gonna have to show that he can do. You dig what I'm
Oh,
saying?
nah, I do. I do. Which I mean, okay. So is it safe to say that Rockets fans are rounding into rare Rockets fans form? And when I say that, I mean, are they getting into form? Are they getting into formation? Are they rounding themselves into season condition? You know what I mean? You know how Rockets fans be. All it takes is one game for them to feel like you the GOAT. It takes one game for them to feel like you a G leaguer. Are Rockets fans getting there already? Or is it just am I reading too much into am I reading too much into the rocket sphere? Because it seemed to me like after game one, the hype it was up. It was Reed Shepard is up 28 points, boom, 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 it's up. This is what we need to see from Reed Shepard, blah, 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 blah. And then it seemed like the very next game is like, um everybody turning the chicken little. You know what I mean? Everybody saying the sky falling as far as him go, not as far as the team. But do you feel like it is are we in for another year with Rockets fans every other game? Somebody good, somebody bad.
Uh, yes, that's the nature of our fan base, bro. Like it's no chill. There's no chill with our fan base. So they're gonna lose their mind at every opportunity that they get to lose their mind. Like,
We gotta somebody gotta be the adult in the room, for lack of better words. I mean, we gotta stop the you know, just being I don't want to say not emotional, that's not the right word, but it's just a little too up and down, man. It's some things
nah,
ain't all that
but it is emotional. It's reactionary.
reaction.
Like they don't they or we don't allow these players to kind of cook, get themselves into a specific mode or a zone, or work the kinks out. You know what I'm saying? And so now that everybody feels like, I ain't gonna say everybody, but there's a lot of people who feels like it's finals or bust, for the Rockets this year.
Yeah,
They got to get to the NBA finals, and if they don't get to the NBA finals, then this whole season was a disaster. So they gonna live and die, you know, with the results of every game for 82 games plus the playoffs. And so they're gonna overreact, you know, to certain things. And so I mean that's just kind of what it is. So I've learned that with the fan base. I'm gonna ignore a lot of these sons, I'm gonna ignore a lot of them, bro.
hey, nah, I look. I tell you where I'm at as far as like my emotional take on everything is that the Rockets are under the most pressure of any other team in the league other than like the Lakers, you know, Philadelphia 76ers, then the Rockets. That's where I'm at. I mean, because
Nah,
no
bro. You how are we under more pressure than Milwaukee or Denver, who got legitimate superstar players? Where if things don't shake out the way that they want them to or expect them to, they can end up losing their superstars.
right,
You know
but
what I'm saying? These dudes become, unrestricted free agents within 2 years,
mhm,
and neither one of them has signed an extension.
right,
You know what I'm saying? What's his name? Joker then turned down an extension offer.
mhm,
Giannis just said he waiting to see, what they put together and how the team look. Like at the very least, bro, we got all our young guys signed, at least the ones that we know for sure we want to keep. We got KD, and he gonna at least sign a 1 or 2 year extension. So we looking at bare minimum. We should have our team together for maybe like the next 3 years. So if we don't pop out and show niggas this year, it ain't gonna be the end of the world. It's gonna, it's still a growing, situation for the squad. These other
Yeah,
teams, I don't think. Yeah, it's other teams right now that don't have that same thing. You mentioned the Lakers though, but yeah, Luke ain't signed his. Austin Reeves turned their down, so they under extreme pressure.
but the reason I say we under the most pressure is because we actually went out and did. We actually went out and made life altering moves this year. We was a number 2 seed. We went out and made win now. We went from like, oh yeah, we cool, we going out in the first round to win now expectations. You know, expectations breeds two things. Expectations breed great potential and great anxiety and failure. Those two things come from expectation. You either your expectations are gonna boost your potential or it's gonna make you very susceptible to anxiety and failure. And so with our team, I think the anxiety, the angst of
You went out, bro. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, fam.
my bad, my bad. Yeah, what was I at? Oh yeah. Anxiety breed potential and anxiety breed anxiety and failure. Those are two things that anxiety, I mean that not anxiety. Those two things that potential breed expectations, right? Potential and anxiety and failure. So with our team, the potential, the expectations, I think the angst is going to for us is going to cause the angst of getting to the getting to the end of the season. Just the anxiety of I can't wait to get to the end of the season and see how we do. So every game, like you said, every game is going to be, oh shoot, this don't look like we can win. Oh, this look like we're gonna win. Boom, we up by 20. Oh, we beat Denver by 20. Oh yeah, we can win a championship. Oh, we beat OKC by 13. Oh yeah, we can win a championship. Every game is going to be that because of the expectations. And then if you get there and you don't, you done built up all this angst, and now it's like it's failure. It's failure. But when you Denver, keep it a bean. Nobody thinks Denver can beat OKC. Nobody thinks Milwaukee can beat OKC. Nobody really thinks Milwaukee can beat whoever on it.
That ain't true.
Come on
That
now.
ain't true.
You think Milwaukee can beat
Denver.
the Minnesota
Nah, hold on.
Timberwolves?
I'm talking about Denver.
You think
Denver just
Milwaukee
took O- Denver just took OKC to 7 games. They ain't have no bench. Their coach was a first time head coach, right? They didn't improve their roster. I don't think Murray was there for the whole series. So Denver or people who's watching, who's paying attention and watch that series knows and believes that Denver can beat OKC. Most of them got Denver above Houston as the second best team in the West. So yeah, the expectation for Denver is to compete for and win a championship. It's not to lose in the second round, bro.
yeah.
Even getting to the conference finals ain't gonna be enough for them. But if they can move in that direction, the feeling is that Joker will see that and that he'll sign long term. I'm telling you, the expectation for the Rockets, this is all what you talking about is all fan emotion. You dig what I'm saying? That's fan expectations. The team expectations is to compete to get to the NBA finals. But again, we got eliminated in the first round um this past season. So if the Rockets get to the Western Conference Finals and lose to OKC, lose to a Denver, do you think that the team that KD and Ahmed Thompson and them that they gonna feel like it was a failed season? They first year together? I
No,
don't
no,
believe so.
they lost to OKC. But see, my ex- our I think for the most part, our expectations is Western Conference. Huh? I mean, we should be the team to play against OKC or Denver. It's like it's who it okay. If we have to play Denver and we lose in the first round, right? We'll be okay. If we have to play OKC in the first round, we'll be okay. The thing is that none of these other teams should not beat us. But I think ultimately, this is what we're looking at. If the Rockets have to play, let me tell you the teams that if we lose to these teams, we really won't cry about it because we kind of had a gauntlet anyway, and we went up against a championship caliber team because we went up a championship superstar and championship coach, championship role player. So, but if we go up against the Warriors, the Lakers, Denver, OKC, if we have to face any one of them teams on the path to the Western Conference Finals and we lose, it'll be okay. But guess what? Those are all four of the teams that's probably going to be in the playoffs with us. That's five of the teams, five teams right there. You know what I mean? Like, who is it that you plan on playing against? You gonna beat Luca and LeBron if they get a center? You're gonna beat Joker.
Yeah,
Out. I mean, we probably can beat. We probably can beat Denver. That's probably our best chance because we've seen LP get busy with
no,
Joker, huh?
no. I think you got it wrong. I
And
think
we
we
beat
got a far better chance of beating the Lakers than we do Denver.
Charles.
Denver is just a much better team. They're a more balanced team. Like they just better.
No, sir.
So if I would remove LA, I would remove Golden State. I don't think that we should be losing to Golden State this year. If we lost to Golden State in the first round, yes, that is a huge disappointment, bro. That would be a failed goddamn season if you get knocked out in the first round to Golden State at this point. Unless they make some major move during the season that nets them Giannis or a player, of that ilk, that caliber, you lose in the first round of Golden State, it's a failed season. You should be able to beat the Lakers. You move up Minnesota, in which if the record is bad enough where you playing one of them teams in the first round, like again, it's gonna all look bad. I don't see OKC being a bottom four seed. I don't see Denver being a bottom four seed. Maybe Minnesota, but I don't necessarily see it. I think Minnesota is gonna still end up being a top four seed. I got Houston being a top four seed. So that means that there's Golden State, there's the Lakers, the Clippers, who I think is gonna be hella goddamn scary. They had one of the best defenses in the league last year.
Hey,
And they add a
Zubac is a problem.
yeah. And now they didn't put Lopez as his backup.
It's a problem. It's a
They
problem.
add Bradley. They add Bradley Beal to take the place of Norman Powell.
Did they add it?
Yes, he signed with the Clippers this morning. So that starting lineup of James Harden, Bradley Beal, Kawhi Leonard, John Collins that they traded for,
Mhm.
and Zubac. bro. That is a very formidable top five. I don't know a lot of teams with a better top five than that.
Well,
So
I don't know.
you got
Well,
the
I mean,
Clippers, the Lakers, Golden State, and you still got Memphis. I think that they still talented. So that's eight. You still got San Antonio in the mix. You know, you're gonna have another team. I don't know if it's gonna be Sacramento or whatever, but bro, the Western Conference is a damn gauntlet. But the Rockies, oh, the Dallas Mavs. I ain't even mentioned the Mavs.
right, right. If they, if healthy, the Mavericks. That's what I'm saying. The Western Conference is the gauntlet. The Western Conference is the gauntlet. I mean, but all the like, okay, the Western Conference. Let's look at the matchup for matchup. I got time. I got time. We're gonna look at what's the. Let's look at as anybody in the chat. If you wanna come up, if you wanna hit the link. The link is at the top. I'll drop it again. Let me drop the link for anybody want to come in. Appreciate everybody in the chat. You come in, hit the like, thumbs up. You hit the thumb for the free. Hit the thumb for the free. Thumbs up, thumb down. It don't matter to me. Look, as you come in, tell us what you think. Is the Rockets a top four seed this year or not? Is it possibility the Rockets be a top four seed? Who is it that you scared of? Who is it that you scared of in the West? If we got this team in the first round, other than OKC, if we caught a team in the first round and they put us out, who would you not be mad about? Put the team in the chat that you think if we lost to two in the first round, it wouldn't bother you. Also, anybody want to come up and get off your taste while we talking about this conversation? Feel free to come up and tell us what you think about where we at. Okay, now let's kind of look at it at face value. Okay, all right, King, follow me. Uh, talk to me quick, but don't talk to me slick. Okay, so we match up with the Dallas Mavericks, right? At their best. Did they sign another point guard besides Kyrie? Who did they sign at their point guard besides Kyrie?
D-Lo.
Okay, they got D'Lo. So we match up with the Mavericks. They got Kyrie. We got Reed Shepard. I'll take that. I'll take that matchup. Okay. Who is the shooting guard?
Uh,
They still got Clay. They're still a shooting guard.
oh yeah. Clay.
That's why I'll take the Kyrie and Fred VanVleet matchup because Armin holds Kyrie. Fred VanVleet cancels out Clay. So at the guard position, you know, I take that. I don't think Clay gonna get off on Fred VanVleet more than Fred VanVleet can get off too. Okay, that's cool. That's a good look. All right. Boom. Now we got the small forward position. Boom. We win that easy, hands down. But we not I'm not even gonna really, you know what? Let's leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. Kevin Durant balling. He balling on Cooper Cup. Whoever their power forward is, if they running AD at the power forward against Jabari, he win. And um, whoever they center is LP Ballin. So and then I would bench destroy that bench. So we beat the Mavericks, right? I think that's an easy win for us, the Mavericks. Who is your next person that you feel like we might have to play against?
The Clippers.
The Clippers. Okay, let's line it up. All right, if you're coming into the chat, man, hit the like. If you want to come up, the link is in the chat. Feel free to hit the link. Um, the Clippers. Okay, James Harden on Fred VanVleet. I take Fred VanVleet over James Harden. Okay,
Hell nah.
huh? I'm
Hell nah.
I'm taking Fred VanVleet because James Harden gonna throw the game. I mean, look, James Harden gonna throw the game in the
James
big.
Harden gonna still win. He gonna win them two games.
he gonna win the 2 games, but on the game, if it's a 2-2 series, James Harden gonna throw game. He
No, he
gonna
not. He gonna win. He gonna win. He gonna win game 5. Now he ain't gonna show up because he gonna win one of them first 2. And for game 5, he gonna win them game 5.
he
Now
gonna
he ain't gonna show up for 6 and 7.
yeah, he gonna
He ain't gonna
ball.
show up for 6 and 7. But he gonna win like game 2 and game 5.
Okay. He go yeah. Game 2, he gonna ball. He gonna ball. He gonna ball. Um. Okay. Look, I don't know. I'll probably still take Fred VanVleet over James Harden. I mean, just consistency base, but because James Harden gonna score, he gonna score. He gonna get you 21 points. He gonna get you 9 assists. You know what I mean? You can smack that every night. You can smack 21 and 8 every night on James Harden.
Yeah,
You know what I
you
mean?
can't do that for Fred.
You can't do
So
that
that's
for
why
Fred.
I'm not taking him. I'm not taking Fred over James Harden. I don't give a
But,
damn what y'all want to say about his playoff performances.
but
I'm
let me
not
tell you,
taking Fred over the beard, man.
but you can smack the under on 3 turnovers through the whole playoffs.
No, you can't.
If listen, if you told me Fred VanVleet, if you said, hey, look, Fred VanVleet to average under 3 turnovers for the
Oh yeah,
entire,
okay.
I'll
Yeah,
take it.
yeah,
See,
yeah.
James Harden gonna have a game where he gonna get you 5 or 6 turnovers, and he gonna shoot. He gonna not shoot the ball. He gonna not shoot the ball. James Harden is gonna not shoot the ball on whatever the game that he has to win. He's just not gonna shoot it. Bet your bottom
I
dollar
don't,
on that.
yeah, I don't care. He
Huh?
not at this point in his career. He's not expected to win games for them, or at least he shouldn't be. He ain't the best player on that team. It's not his team. That's Kawhi team.
Okay, who is they shooting guard anyway?
Bradley Beal.
Okay, so that's Fred VanVleet, man. Anyway, Armin is holding James Harden.
Now he better hold Bradley Beal.
Man, child, please look.
Because
Fred,
Bradley Beal, the thing is in that series, Bradley Beal is gonna be the one expected to score. James Harden is gonna be cool with taking the back seat, feeding Kawhi, feeding Zubac, and feeding Bradley Beal the ball. If you put Fred VanVleet on Bradley Beal, that's barbecue chicken. He gonna
no,
smoke. He
no,
gonna smoke Fred, bro. Bro,
it ain't.
last year Bradley Beal on an injured season, a bad year, still put up 18 a night
It ain't no way. Listen,
on
it ain't,
57% shooting.
Brody.
He's smoking Fred, bro.
Listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I think about Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal been hurt since before he was hurt, bro. Bradley Beal been hurt since before he was hurt. I haven't. They gave Bradley Beal away, bro. Listen, okay, okay. Let's be reasonable here. If they gave Bradley Beal away, I can't tell you he's gonna outplay anybody on my team. I'm gonna be less than a Houston Rocket fan if I tell you somebody that they gave away is gonna outplay anybody on my team. Same thing go for Dame Lillard.
Yeah, that's that. Hey, stop being a fan.
I'm just
You
not gonna
supposed to
do it
be
right.
analyzing. You supposed to be analyzing basketball,
But I
not
am.
being a fan, not being a super fan of your
I'm not.
team, and understanding or recognizing that a guy like Bradley Beal can give a dude like Fred VanVleet that work.
Man, listen, Fred VanVleet play. Fred VanVleet is a defensive player. He played tenacious defense. He gonna play hard the whole entire game. He gonna get his lick back. He gonna give you buckets when he needs to. He gonna play consistent basketball. He gonna set up the offense. And Bradley Beal is not no table setter. Jay Harden got to set the table for Bradley Beal. Jay Harden got the ball in his hand. Guess what he going to? Guess what Jay Harden is going to? He's going to the pick and roll. He's going to the lob. He's going to the 3-pointer. It's never been a point where James Harden has made his shooting guard a better player. Right? Okay.
Bro, he just made Norman Powell a better player last year.
Norman
Hey,
Powell
what
was
are you
all
talking about?
Norman Powell was already kind of balling on his own.
Stop that, bro. EO,
Norman,
stop
Norman
the
Powell was
cap.
already kinda balling on his own.
Stop the cap, bro. He had a career season last year with James Harden. The best season of his career was last year with James Harden.
But I mean, but
Stop
that's
that. Stop that, bro.
because he's getting better as a player. That's just
Man,
because
stop that, bro. Why you hating on the beard like that, fam? He made Tyrese Maxey get paid, bro. Tyrese Maxey had his best seasons with James Harden in the backcourt with him.
right.
Like, what are you talking about?
All right. Well, let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing. We'll come back to that. I might schedule that as one of we might have to schedule that as one, as a realistic topic. You know what I'm saying? As our backcourt better than Clippers backcourt. But okay. So you say James Harden outplayed Armin?
No.
Okay, so Armin outplayed James Harden.
Outplay is a tricky question.
Just match.
I do think,
we just match impact.
I'm saying I can make that one a push.
Okay, so let's say they cancel each other out. Okay, and then we say Bradley Beal outplays Fred VanVleet. Okay, I'll give you that. Kawhi, KD cancel each other out.
Push.
Say, yeah, they cancel each other out. Who is their power forward?
John Collins.
Jabari wins. Boom.
No, he doesn't.
And Jabari wins. No, let's move on from that. We're gonna move on. I'm not even going to argue with you, bro, about John Collins, bro, against Jabari Smith. Clutch Bari, bro. We talking about Clutch Bari, the 3-point shooter. Shut down.
So John Collins shoot threes too.
But he
can handle the ball. He can get to the rim.
He don't shut down Giannis Antetokounmpo to 12 points. He's never.
Yeah, well, he ain't got to. Like Jabari ain't no scorer like that.
Okay, so we're gonna go Bari because Bari defense and role playing, his impact on the game. And then
I'm not going Bari. I got Collins in that matchup.
And we'll go Zubac and LP a wash.
No, I go on Zubac.
You going Zubac over LP, even though LP?
Hell yeah.
No, you can't because stats wise, LP wins out.
Bro, who's a better defender?
Zubac.
Who's a better rebounder?
Zubac.
Okay. That's where the game is. That's where the game gonna be won.
Who's a better scorer?
That ain't gonna matter against Zubac.
What you mean? LP
not gonna be able to. No, he not finna bum on Zubac. He's not finna be able to outplay Zubac like that. And James Harden is gonna get Zubac involved offensively. So you looking at Zubac giving them 16, 12, and like 2.5 blocks in that series. The LP's numbers, whatever they is in the regular season, is gonna come down.
No, sir. Alper Sengun numbers went up in the playoffs this year.
He wasn't playing against no center. He did that against 6'6" Draymond Green. Against a legitimate 7-foot Zubac, who is a great defender. LP is not finna put up his numbers coming down, bro.
He's not a great defender, bro. He's not a great defender. Zubac points per game versus Alper Sengun is 11.6. 9 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 7 steals, and 2 blocks. Alper Sengun averaged 16 points a game, 8.9 rebounds, 4 assists per game, about the same in steals, and 1 block. So basically, Alper Sengun outplays Zubac every single time they play, even though Zubac wins. Even though
the thing that you didn't recognize is that every statistical category for LP is down from his regular season averages. Points, rebounds, assists, all of it came down against Zubac.
Okay. And Zubac.
So that's my point. That's the point that I'm making to you.
Zubac came down too. 11 and
9.
But
Zubac is like their 4th, 5th option. LP is the number 1 option. Or at least he was.
He can be their first or last option, bro. At the end of the day, Al Pachenko and outplay Zubats when they play. So
Yeah,
you
I don't. Well, I don't see that, but okay.
listen, Al Pachenko and outplays Zubats when they play. So let's say this in a game like this, where they pretty much balance out in the starting lineup, is going to come down to the bench. Who got the better bench, Clippers or Rockets?
I don't know they full bench like that. I do know that they got somebody that can cancel out Steven Adams
Do
with
they got
Brooke Lopez.
But do they cancel out Finney Smith? Do they cancel out Tari Eason? Do they cancel out Jeff Green? Do they
Well,
cancel out?
ain't none of them dudes no go to guys. They not real, needle movers, alone, like standing on themselves. We got to see
Okay,
how they play as a unit, and
but
I don't know the Clippers roster like that to talk about who
but
all is
Tari,
coming off their bench.
but Tari is a force multiplier. Tari is a force multiplier
Nah,
because
nah, he's
Tari averages damn near 2 steals a game in the playoffs. So when he comes in the game, he's a defensive playmaker. He's gonna force that second unit, whoever they is on their second unit. Tari automatically forced them to turn the ball over. So he's on the other side getting a dunk regardless when he
yeah,
comes
but
in.
they got that on their side too in Jones.
But he ain't no Tari Eason though. They don't got no
I
Terry
know
Terry.
he a better defender than Torrey. Jones is. I can't think there
Who
something
is this
Jones.
Jones? Jones.
Yeah,
Jones.
for the Clippers. He was in a
Jones.
starting lineup this year.
You mean it? Hold on. Who is this guy? Who is this Jones dude that you talking about as a better defender than Tari Eason? Tari Eason is was arguably, bro. Tari Eason was arguably as good as Amin Thompson this year as a defender when he
Stop,
was on the
stop the
court,
cap, stop
bro.
the cap.
The only reason Tari Eason is not getting the crazy hype that Amin gets on defense is because he's out on back to backs and he's been hurt for a lot this year. Tari Eason was largely respected, bro, as an up and coming defensive phenom up until the point where he started getting hurt, bro. Gotta get a
A
dude.
defensive phenom is a wild statement.
Nah,
He
bro.
was respected as a up and coming defensive player.
A phenom,
Phenom, nah,
phenom,
my nigga.
phenomenon, Finn, man. We're gonna call that boy Tari Eason. We're gonna call him Big Finn from now on, man. Shout out to that boy Phenom. Shout out to that boy Big Finn, man. We're gonna call Tari Eason Big Finn from now on,
Boy,
man.
you on your big cap today, boy.
All right, so okay, I'm gonna say that we're gonna beat the Clippers, bro. I'm just not gonna say the Clippers can beat us. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. If we catch the Clippers in the first round, they get bodied. That's all it is to it. The Clippers, the Mavs, they out of there. All I'm saying is let's get to okay. Who else we got? Now, okay, let's do your one. Let's do your one. What do you think Golden State Warriors? How do you think the Golden State Warriors match up with the Houston Rockets as of right now? Do you think we beat them, but we lose to the Clippers? Is that what you trying
We,
to?
yeah, yeah. We beat Golden State in 5 games this year. We beat them in 5 games. Yeah, and I'm not saying we lose to the Clippers, but they are definitely a tougher opponent than Golden State.
So we lose to the Clippers, but in your mind's eye, we lose to the Clippers, but we beat Golden State. They got Jimmy Butler.
I
They
didn't
got
say
Curry. They still got. They. I mean, we lose to we lose to the Clippers, but we beat Golden State. They still got
I didn't.
Draymond. They still got Jimmy Butler. They still got Steph Curry. They still got Pods, and Pods is going to be better. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
You said they
I'm
still got who? You said they still got who?
gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you who they got. When I click on my joint and I want to place a bet, I can bet that Pods is going to hit 2 or 3 3-pointers every game.
Hmm.
You don't have to ask me nothing about no bet until you say, can you bet that Parsons is gonna hit 2 or 3 3 pointers every single game? You can
Yeah,
smack
well,
it.
he ain't do none of that in the second round against Minnesota.
That's different. That's different. He
How's it
did it,
different?
he did it against us. He was
No, he
lighting up.
didn't.
Man, he hit three
Down the
pointers.
bro, down the stretch of that series, he wasn't doing nothing. Like I think one game against us down the stretch, he went where he ain't make no field goal
Man,
for the whole game.
he was getting all in the lane on us and all kind of stuff, spinning all up in the lane and getting to the basket and throwing, looking like carrot top, spinning, spinning all around Jalen Green and everybody else. Man, they still got Pozinski. And then Steve Kerr said he gonna come out next year and he gonna not be scared to shoot the ball. You gotta watch Brandon Pozinski, bro. Brandon Pozinski be balling. He is their new Jordan Poole. He their new future of their team. And they still got Buddy Hill. He out there with his team. He shooting from everywhere.
My nigga,
Huh?
you doing too much, bro.
Man, you can't tell me Buddy Hill wasn't out there, man. Buddy Hill
Yeah.
out there looking at the boys, man. Buddy
Uh-huh.
Hill out there looking at you. They got Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is an automatic bucket. Because look, Jimmy Butler cancel out Kevin. Jimmy Butler and Kevin Durant cancel each other out. That's it. Jimmy Butler and Kevin Durant cancel each other out. Alperen Sengun and Draymond Green cancel each other out.
That's sad. Now you saying they cancel each other out when we just seen LP kind of cook Draymond last year.
He did, but Draymond defense caused so much chaos to our team that his, like you said about Ant-Man, his defense is so good, his defense matches Alperen's offense. That's that point.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily see that.
His defensive impact, his defensive impact is as good as Alperen Sengun's offensive impact to our team.
Okay. So you saying that you think Golden State is a tougher matchup for the Rockets than the Clippers? Is that what you trying to sell these people?
I'm saying if they healthy, Jimmy Butler tailbone ain't hurting, Steph Curry ain't hurt, Draymond healthy. They get any pieces, any. They got the what's the boy name, Day or Gray, whatever his name was, shooting three. He played any semblance of a big man's game. They make any moves throughout the year. I think the Warriors. I'm never gonna bet against the Warriors until we beat them. I'm never gonna bet against the Warriors until we beat them. That's
That
that's
ain't what I asked you. You sitting up tap dance to turn Gregory Hines around that question. I said, are you telling these people that Golden State is a tougher matchup than the Clippers is this year?
yes, yes, because James Harden is on the team, bro.
Hey y'all, everybody listening, don't take him serious right now.
Hey, listen,
You know what I'm saying?
anybody, anybody
He on
chat,
his camp tonight.
listen to me,
So
chat. Focus
don't
on the
pay
sound of
attention
my
to
voice.
EF tonight, man.
Focus on the sound of my voice. Put a
You just
1 in the
crazy.
chat if you believe in James Harden. Put a 2 in the chat if you believe in Steph Curry. 1 for James Harden, 2 for Steph Curry. Matter of fact,
Now
I'll do
see
a
how you
poll.
trying to manipulate. See how you trying to manipulate these people.
No, I just want to know.
You sitting up trying to manipulate these people. Hold on. Who's the best player on the Clippers?
James Harden.
You a goddamn lying. The truth ain't in you.
James Harden.
You see, y'all see how he bullshitting up here, bro.
James
Y'all
Harden.
see it.
Listen, the best player on the Clippers. Look, how they say? How they say? What's your
No, because you just said everybody healthy. You can't now turn around and say, "Oh well, we don't know if Kawhi gonna be healthy." You just said out your own mouth that everything equal, everybody healthy, and that's when you because you say what you say. Jimmy Butler tailbone ain't hurt, Steph healthy, Draymond health. So you giving health to Golden State, you got to give it to the Clippers. The best player on the Clippers is Kawhi. So if you want to play that game,
Okay, I give you. Okay, all right. I'll give you. Kawhi is their best player. Now, okay, that being said, that being said, chat, who are you taking in a 7-game series, Kawhi Leonard or Steph Curry? The answer don't change. Do you
It
know
does
the
for
light?
me.
That boy Shum say, do you know the light skinned man? The light skinned man is a little fish, big
It
pond.
it, it 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 changes. It changes for me.
Nah, man, nah, bro. You can't be serious right now.
I
There's
am,
no
I am serious.
there's no possible
So
way.
okay. So let me ask you this question. Let me see if you gonna lie. If the Clippers had to play Golden State, who you picking in the series?
Go to state.
Okay, see, I'm taking your basketball court is in question right now. EF
Nah, bro.
is in
Nah.
question right now. The
Okay.
Clippers was a better defensive team than the Clippers. They got more weapons than the Clippers. I mean, than Golden State.
Yeah, but
Clippers
see,
got more weapons than them. They're a better defensive team than them. The coaches is arguable.
okay. So let me ask you this. Since my basketball card is in question, do you think, do you think that the referees, the league, or anything have anything to do with the playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that James Harden will ever be considered a winner in this league?
What does that have to do with our conversation, bro? You trying to make this all about James Harden, but it ain't James Harden team.
It's a three
This
part
is
question.
Kawhi team.
It's a 3 part question. Now, even though it's Kawhi team.
Okay, so you started trying to make it about James Harden because you know that people have a bad opinion about James Harden, bro.
It's not about people having a bad opinion about James Harden. It's about the league has set up narratives. Those narratives are going to stick to what they are, and the league is not going to let that change, bro. It would never be a point in time where they let a James Harden led team not
It ain't a James Harden led team.
James Harden.
That's the point. That's the point I'm talking about. You want to make this James Harden team. It's not his team.
Depend
His
on James
team is
Harden.
Kawhi team. It is a
No,
Kawhi led team, and they will most definitely let a
you
Kawhi Leonard
have to
beat a
depend.
Golden State.
Okay, so who your point guard? Who the head of your snake? Who your quarterback? Who your quarterback is? Talk to me quick, but don't talk to me slick. Now,
James
don't.
James James is the point guard, but my nigga, it's 5 players on the court,
As
and
much
he's not the best player on that team.
down 5 of them can handle the ball like James Harden. You would depend on James Harden not to do the stuff that James Harden does in clutch games, which is come down, dribble the ball, get the ball stole. Come down, I got the open shot.
So
I'm gonna
does Curry.
come down, come down. Everybody's on the bench. It's my time to go off, but I never shoot the ball. I keep passing it to Nicholas Batum. I'm gonna pass the ball to Nicholas Batum. I'm gonna pass the ball to Nicholas Batum.
Because he's a
Clear.
good 3-point shooter.
He is. But guess what? If James Harden don't pass the ball where it's supposed to be, then Nicholas Batum shooting them shots off balance. So I seen it
Same
happen.
thing with Steph Curry, bro.
No.
Same
Let me
thing with Steph Curry.
tell you about Steph Curry. Let me
Steph
tell you
Curry
about
is known for turning the ball over at bad points in the game. Like that's what he does.
your turn over.
But this ain't about just one player, even though that's what you want to make it out to be.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Because
All I'm
James Harden will come down the court and he'll get to a point, and you said this earlier, that he ain't gonna even shoot the ball in the game that he's supposed to shoot the ball in. So he gonna come down and he just gonna get a ball to Bradley Beal. He just gonna get a ball to Kawhi. He just gonna let them boys cook.
I can't
And
believe
he'll stand off in the corner. And if it comes to him where he gotta make a big shot, then they'll just throw it to him. He'll catch a shoot player. He hit a big shot in Philly. He won them a game off of that where they double team. It was MB first game back. Throw it to James Harden with 2 seconds left. He drained the 3 to win them the game.
I can't believe you talking this hot, bro, over Bradley Beal, though, bro. You talking
I,
like this?
I ain't even mentioned Bradley Beal.
Yeah, Bradley Beal. You said James Harden. Listen, I can't believe you giving the clip. You making the Clippers a more dangerous teams in the playoff than
then the Warriors, yes.
the Oakland, California Warriors. Oh my
Yes.
God, the dynasty, the what 4 or 5
That's over
championship
with. That's
teams
over with, fam. That's over
because
with. They can't. They not.
no,
I'm not giving them. I'm not giving them kudos off of yesteryear. This
but
is
you'll give,
2025. They are not title contenders this year.
but you will give it to a rusty cyborg with no knees.
Yes.
Stop it. Stop it, bro. You got to be pulling my leg. There's no way. There's no way, bro, that you think a dude who got gave away, who literally went to a team, and from the minute he got on the team, that team became a lottery team. The minute Bradley Beal got to Phoenix, Phoenix Suns became a lottery team. And then you got to do with
Yeah, but that
absolutely
ain't.
no
So that's
cartilage,
Brad.
no
So it's
cartilage.
Bradley. So it's Bradley Beal fault.
Bro, this dude don't got no cartilage in his. He don't got no gristle on his bone, bro. And you try to tell me a dude with no gristle and a dude that just got gave away is better than the dynasty.
It ain't no dynasty, bro.
They still got Draymond. They still got a defensive player of the year.
Okay.
They still got the greatest shooter since the history of all antiquity, bro. The greatest, the best person that a ball ever have left their hand and went to a spot that in the
What
history
was?
of
Tell me
antiquity.
something. Tell me something. Look up right quick. What was the season series with Golden State and the Clippers last year?
Oh my days. I'm gonna look
Because
this
Golden
up.
State ain't made no move. They the only team in the NBA that has not made a single move in the off season. They ain't added nobody. They ain't re-signed nobody. They have done absolutely nothing in the off season. Tell me what the season series was with them last year in the Clippers.
Uh hold up. No, see what had happened was
I don't just tell me what the season series was. I don't want the explanation of how it happened. I just want to know what was the season series with them two teams.
let me see. Let me see this because I didn't see the whole thing. What it just said. It just said. Let me
Talk to
see.
me quick. Don't talk to me slick.
All right. Let me see. Clippers swept the season 4-0 last season. 4-0.
And they didn't got better.
Well, that's what
They
you
didn't
say,
got better in the off season.
man.
They didn't add it. Lopez. They didn't add it Collins. Now they didn't add it Bradley Beal.
Okay, James Harden had 39 in one of those games. Do you take James Harden for 39 in the playoff? Are you taking James Harden for 39? Are you betting
Yes I am. Like I said, he gonna win you 2 playoff games.
39? You
He
taking
gonna
30.
win you 2, and at least one of them, he gonna give you 35 or more. He might give you 40. He might give you 39. He might give you 37.
Curry had 36, 21 in the fourth quarter in that game. But listen, okay, man. We're gonna so basically what you're saying is you more scared of the Clippers than you are the Warriors. Okay, I give you that. What about the Lakers?
But about him,
Are you more scared of the Clippers than you
yes,
are the Lakers? So
yes,
you king,
yes.
king, bro.
Like I said, the Clippers had the second best defense in the NBA last year. They had the number 2 defense in the NBA last year.
So you
They
mean
have gotten better offensively. You swap out Powell for Bradley Beal. You
man? Come
add
on,
Collins. who's a legitimate power forward. Last year they had Kawhi playing the power forward spot. Kawhi gets to go back to his
Not,
normal spot of
do
playing the
you
three.
do you not feel like the league is got to make money? You're gonna put out the Warriors. You're gonna put out the Lakers. You're gonna put out the Nuggets, and
Both
then
of them left. No, I
and
ain't
then
put out the Nuggets.
but
Hold on, I didn't put out the Nuggets.
okay. So the
The
Magic,
Clippers and the Lakers both got eliminated early this past year. The
so the
Lakers
Magic,
went out in the first round.
the
Golden
Mavericks,
State went out in the
the
second round.
Mavericks, the Warriors, and the Lakers all gonna get put out, and the Clippers gonna go on. And who's gonna watch? Who's
What
gonna
you mean?
watch?
Bro, what do you mean who's gonna watch? Number one, let's not act like James Harden hadn't been in the playoffs every year of his career. Whether he was the number one guy on the team, the number two guy on the team, the number three guy on the team. He's been in the playoffs every single year. Most of them years, he has advanced out the first round.
So
Most of them. So if you got in the second round, what is it? 4 teams. So the Lakers, Golden State, they might get eliminated by OKC, by Denver, by Houston. Like that's how them teams get eliminated.
ah man, okay, okay. So what you saying is let me run this.
LA ain't got no defense. LA don't play no defense. The best perimeter defender that they had is now a Houston Rocket. They got offense, but as we seen against Minnesota, who really was a one-man band type team, got smoked. Lakers got smoked by Minnesota. Well, really all they had was, Ant-Man, who was the only legitimate dude that they could depend on. And even he had bad games and they still beat the Lakers in 5. Where's the Lakers done in the offseason? They had a DeAndre Ayton.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's not going to get her done.
All right. Look. Let's see. Okay. Nah, bro. So in the playoff, we got the Nuggets, Warriors, Clippers, Timberwolves, Grizzlies, Rockets, Thunder. Okay. So let's say Thunder, Grizzlies matchup round 1. Okay. Lakers
Thunder,
matchup.
Grizzlies.
Yeah. Thunder, Grizzlies.
So you saying they the last seed?
Yeah. Lakers and Timberwolves matchup. Nuggets and Clippers. Warriors and Rockets. Right? Okay. Boom.
Wait. So this is how I see it. I think the top 5 teams
Mhm.
is going to be, and I ain't saying that this is going to be the exact order, but I think the top 5 teams is going to be OKC, Denver, Houston, Minnesota, the Clippers.
Okay. So, okay. Let's do this. What seed do you think the Rockets going to be next year?
3rd or 4th.
Third or fourth seed.
Yeah.
Chat. Put in the chat. Tell me what you think. What seed do you think the Rockets going to be next year? Do you think the Rockets have a chance of being 3rd seed next year? Yes or no to 3rd seed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or what seed you think we're going to be? Thumbs up, thumbs down. That thing. You know what I mean? Hit the like. You can hit the thumbs for the free. Hit the thumbs for the free. All right. So look, I think I honestly feel like if the Rockets are a third or fourth seed, we good. We'll be good. But here's the kicker. The kicker is where I just ran a little quick simulation to see where we would match up, right? In my quick little simulation, it really pulled us up facing the Warriors round one. And in that simulation, the Warriors beat us 4-3. That's just that's just how it went down in the round.
Wait, what?
That's just what it pulled up. I did a little quick simulation. We faced off with
When?
the right now. I just did a little quick simulation.
Man.
I just ran a quick simulation. And
Uh,
and
uh,
and,
uh, hey,
and we faced up with the Warriors. Look, the Nuggets defeated the Clippers. The Lakers defeated the Wolves. The Thunder defeated the Grizzlies. Semifinals. The Thunder defeated the Warriors 4-1. All right. The Lakers actually defeated the Wolves 4-1 in the first round. I don't know what they think that's about, but you gotta think. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you my thought process. The Lakers defeat the Nuggets 4-3 in the semifinals, and the Lakers and the Thunder in the conference finals, which would be a tragic season for the Rockets. But I would expect
yeah. So the first thing I advise you to do is delete that simulation off your computer. Because that that simulation don't know what the hell it's talking about.
I know you.
Maybe that's what the simulation was programmed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lakers was favored last year against Minnesota and
I ain't-
lost in five.
This is going
And
based off
so
the
in the simulation, it got them beating Minnesota in five.
yeah. Nah, it's just going based off of the stats. You're just going based off of the stats and who on the team and different stuff like that according to whatever stats on the team and the but you gotta realize, like I said, our numbers don't show that we can beat these teams because our numbers are low. Our point totals and things like that are low.
Yeah, but that's
So
what I'm saying. So it's not accounting for any of the changes that's happened with these teams in the offseason. It's not accounting that KD is now on the Rockets
it is. It is.
or that Finney Smith is now on the Rockets.
It is. All that's in there.
It, it,
All
it can't be because
it
then all of the offensive numbers and the defensive numbers would improve,
no, it won't.
especially over Golden State, who ain't made no moves.
Listen, bro. Remember, I just told you. Remember, we did two streams where I just made the point that since we got rid of Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks, our starting lineup scoring went down to 88. When last year our starting lineup scoring was at 103. Our
No,
our starting lineup scoring went down since we got KD.
bro, that's not true.
What you mean it's not true?
I'm telling you, it's not true.
It is true.
No, it's not. First of all, we don't even know what our starting lineup is gonna be this year. Number two, our starting lineup didn't score no 103 points.
Listen,
Our starting lineup didn't. You can look at our averages on what our starting lineup did. It wasn't no 103.
our starting lineup average, I think, was 103 points, bro.
No, I was starting. It was 88 points is what our starters averaged. Our
That's just
bench, with our bench added in, we averaged as a team overall 103 points or 106 points, something like that for the season.
might be something like that. But we
Yeah,
right now we average 88 points per game in our starting
that
lineup.
that was from last year. That was from last year. Now, if you look at, because we don't know who gonna be in our starting lineup at this point. But if we said we was gonna take Finney Smith, put him in the starting lineup, so he
Okay,
replaces Dylan. He replaces Dylan Brooks' production. What did Dylan Brooks give us last year? Around 13.
they 13 points a game.
Okay, so that's and Finney Smith averaged around 9 point something.
Okay,
I think 9.6, something like that. So you could say that that's basically a 3 point loss. Jalen gave us 21. KD averaged 26.6. So you
Right.
might as well say 27. That's a net gain of 6 points. So overall, it's a net gain of 2 points. So it should be 90 points from this projected starting lineup, right? With uh Fred, Almond, Finney Smith, KD, LP.
Okay.
That should be what a starting lineup would give you 90.
Right. Right. Right.
And then you still got Jabari, Tari, um, Adams, and then you figuring out at the point guard position.
Man, it is no. But here's the thing. I don't see no way. I don't see no way that the Rock is gonna not make it to the Western Conference Finals and still feel. And then here's the thing. Like you said, it's a gauntlet. It's not an easy path. It's not an easy path one way or the other. It's not an easy path whether we. My whole point was once you start breaking it down, because we just got snagged on the Clippers or the Warriors. I feel like the Warriors is a hard, is a hard matchup for us just because they're the Warriors. You go out there, you see the gold and the blue, and it's just hard for us to overcome that when you got light skinned man shooting and turning around and blowing, spitting mouthpieces all over people face while they're trying to
Yeah, but
win.
you also got to look at
Hold on, hold on,
when we played them
hold
last year.
on. Let me
Okay,
let
go
me
ahead.
let me land my plane. You got the light skinned man, you got Jimmy, you got Draymond, that's a hard team. You got the Clippers as a hard team to win against, right? That's a snag. We've never even got to Luca and LeBron. We never even got to Luca. Like that's Luca, bro. Luca can score 70 points when he Luca can score what he want to score when he want to score it, bro. We never even got to Joker, who can score what he want to score when he want to score it. So I mean, yeah, I mean, you look at it and you say Luca and LeBron, they're a little bit, you know, they're not the fastest team in the league, but LeBron's still pretty fast. LeBron still can jump pretty high. Luca can't really jump over a cardboard box, but he can score when he want to score. He is all world passer. So is LeBron. They don't have no big man yet. That don't mean they're not gonna never get one. You know what I mean? All it takes is for one person to make a stupid move, like let a big man go, or then find a big man in the offseason, find a big man in the G League, load their team up with G League big man who can jump, and Luca gonna make that big man into a good player. That's just a fact. You know what I mean? And so, for example, if the Lakers had Nafale Dante, I would be scared of that team because Nafale Dante is a legitimate lob threat. Not that he's a great player, but he's a legitimate lob threat. He's athletically big that know how to block shots. The Nafale Dante could make the Lakers into a whole different team. So the point being is that we getting snagged up on the Lakers. We get snagged up on whether the Clippers or the Warriors is the best team. But ultimately, you look at it and you say, that's before we even get to the real threats. Them not even the real threats. The Clippers not a real threat because at the end of the day, I can make an argument that James Harden is going to throw the series. You can make an argument that the Warriors barely beat us last year when we had Jalen Green. Those are two good arguments. But when you get to can Luca outscore our whole team? There's no argument to be made. Luca cannot score our whole team. Can you
No, he
get
cannot, bro.
Man, listen, Luca
No,
scored
he
100,
can.
bro.
No,
Luka,
he cannot. Like you putting way too much mayonnaise on Luca, bro. I don't eat mayonnaise.
Luka
I'm
cannot score
sorry, Luca cannot outscore our whole team. You must have forgot that there's one Kevin Durant on this Rockets roster.
who has never scored 65 points in his life.
Neither has Luka. Luka ain't scored no 70 points.
Luca scored. Didn't he just score 70? Did Luca
No, he
just
ain't never scored 70.
Luca? Well, how much? What's the highest Luca
Devin
scored?
Booker, Devin Booker scored 70. Luka ain't scored no 70 points.
What's his high point? Highest points?
I think it's 50. He might have scored 50 something once or twice.
Let's see. Let me just 73 points versus the Atlanta Hawks on January 26, 2024. Played 45 minutes.
Luka did.
Yeah, 73 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists.
So you think against MAU Doga coach team, Luka gonna put up 70? Do you think Luka will score 60?
No, I don't think he could put up 73 points against Emir Udoka.
Do you
But
think he could put up 60 against MAU Doga?
but but he has scored 60-point games in two separate occasions, and each time he scored 60, oh no, he scored 60 points against New York, and it was 60 points, 21 rebounds, and 10 assists. The first 60-point triple double in NBA history.
That was not the first 60-point triple double. The first 60-point triple double was done by one James Harden.
60, 20, 10. First 60, first 60, 20, 10 triple double. My bad.
Yeah.
First 60, 20, 10 triple double. My bad, my bad, my bad. So,
And look who
yeah,
we did it against. So I
New
ask you
York.
again, against an MAU Doka coach team, do you think Luka is gonna score 60?
No, I don't. I
Okay.
don't. But
So
I do think he can score 40. I
he
do think
can't, yeah, and so can KD, especially against that team who don't got no defenders on it.
they got LeBron.
LeBron can't guard KD.
But but
Ravia, whatever his name is that they brought, he can't guard KD.
but
Luka
but here
can't guard KD.
but here's the thing. Go back to what I'm saying. If Luca and KD cancel each other out,
Uh-huh.
okay, who their second best player is LeBron James. Who is our second best player? Alvin Shangon. Can we say they cancel?
I say it's Armin Thompson, but either
Okay,
one of them can put up 24, especially on the Lakers.
yeah, okay. So let's say Armin is our second best player.
Uh-huh.
So Armin, boom, and then Lemon Daddy, what's his name? What's his name? Kobe of the Ozarks versus
Austin
Luca.
Reeves.
Yeah, versus Luca. They cancel each other out. We should say the top three players cancel each other out.
Uh-huh.
And then we get down to our fourth player, which is Jabari
Or Fred.
or Fred. See, we back.
They can't match us.
Okay.
Because Fred can give you 20, Jabbar can give you 20. Hell, coming off the bench, or Tari can have a game where he give you 20, 25. We didn't
That's
see them do that.
that's true. That's true. That's true.
Now you factor in the way that we play defense.
That's what
The
Tori is a
Lakers is
lot.
going to be one of the worst defensive teams in basketball this year. The
Tori is
Rockets going to be one of the best.
that's the, and that's the thing. That's the thing. Tori and Bari is the wild cards on this team really. They're the X factors on this team really. They're gonna make or break the mean at the end of the day, whatever Tori and Bari allow us to do, that's what we're gonna get off. That's what we're gonna really get off is what Tori and Jabari allow us to do. If they allow us to really get our action up, then we're gonna make a lot of noise. But if they don't really, you know, if they don't really just really go ham, then it's gonna be a little different. It's gonna it's gonna it's gonna really be a little different. Yeah.
Bro, I don't think the Lakers in a in the 7 game series. I don't think they could beat Houston. I think the Clippers is clearly a better team. And if you pay attention and listen to any of these Laker content creators, they feel the same way. They truly feel the way about the Clippers and feeling like the Clippers got the best team in LA this season. That the Lakers ain't done enough for them to truly compete. They mad at they mad at LeBron. They mad at Palenka. These people, some of them is mad about the Luca trade. Now looking back in hindsight, they lost Finney Smith. People was upset. They
Mm-hmm.
seeing the same thing that
Because
everybody
him
else
and
is
Luca
seeing.
was good teammates.
Well, yeah, they close friends.
You
It
said
dates
what?
back to when they played together. I say Luca and Finney Smith is close friends. Dating back to when they played in Dallas together.
Yeah, well, that make me see. That made me think something. That made me think that they got rid of him because Luca was there. That's like one of them things. Like, oh yeah, this dude here, we don't want them on the same team together. It's like, you know how like if you was in class and you had your homeboy with you in class, and your teacher would, hey, you come sit on this side of the classroom, you come sit on this side of the classroom type shit.
Yeah, yeah,
You ever had a teacher do you like that? Like put
yeah,
you in your
yeah,
home different sides of the class, or a homeboy in your classroom and your mama say, I'm gonna take you out of that class.
yeah. But that's not
Oh, you
something
up
that
in
you
there with
want to
such and
do.
such? Oh, I'm gonna take you out of that class tomorrow.
That's not
You
something you
got
want to
nothing to be
do.
up in there.
You don't want to do that with a player that you trying to get to sign with you long term. See, the thing is
That's
that
true.
they felt like the money that he was making was gonna be good enough, and they only wanted to give him, 1 extra year, and he wanted a longer term deal, and they basically refused to get it. They want to keep they powder dry for 2027, so they was willing to give him 25 and then 26. He wanted longer than that. Now the Rockets didn't necessarily give him longer than that because 27 and 28 ain't even guaranteed. So the Rockets in 2 years can let Finney Smith go if they so desire. But he wanted that situation, and there's no state income tax in Texas. So, that was a lure to him too. Probably looking at his paychecks, yeah, he signed for 15, but after the taxes, he really bringing home about 7, because taxes in California is around 52% or something like something crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that was probably a draw that brought him back to Texas. But at the end of the day, if you trying to keep Luka long term, and that's one of his best friends, and he's a good defender, and he's a really good 3-point shooter, you need to keep him on the team, bro. And that's not what the Lakers did. So I mean, it is what it is. Say, man, I gotta go and get in here on this clock, bro. But yeah, salute to you, man. I'm glad I was able to come up and chop it up with you, man, about these Rockets, fam. Oh, he done dropped out. He must have lost his signal. Shout out to the homie EF, man. Shout out to y'all down in the chat. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Hit the notification bell so you can catch the homie when he go live, man. Salute to y'all. H Time Rockets.
My bad. I'm over here chopping it up. I'm back for a minute. Look at here. Shout out to that boy King for holding it down for me, man. You know what I'm saying? I think the Clippers. I think the Clippers organization they came and stole my internet, man. The Clippers fan base cut my internet off. They didn't like what I had to say, but I ain't capping, man. I'm keeping it real, keeping it real. But nah, shout out to King, man, for holding it down, man. That was a good look. Channel OG, man. I'm gonna shoot that boy some, shoot that boy some stuff. I got some stuff coming in. Like I got some working on some gear, working on some gear. But then we're gonna have to set up a debate. Me and King gonna have to set up some. We already keeping it live right now. But I want to set up some real debate. But then again, we debate enough up on here. I'm gonna set up some more debates with somebody else for them to debate King. You know what I mean? And then I might moderate it till I get another moderator. But overall, y'all see my point. Y'all see my point. My point is that for the Rocket organization, who think that if we don't make it to the Western Conference Finals, it's gonna be a tragic season. I agree with you, but I'm just saying get ready for a tragic season. It could very well be a tragic season. The NBA got to make its money, and you know, a lot of my standpoints is based on years and years and years of experience. So I'm basing mine on what have I noticed? What have I noticed from the way things play out in the league? It hasn't been a year where James Harden hadn't flamed out in the playoffs. It hasn't been a year where the Warriors didn't beat the Rockets. It hasn't been a year where they didn't try to find a way to get LeBron deep into the playoffs. And the only way LeBron is going to lose is if they come up with a person that they need more than LeBron or to generate, the views, the views. And at this point, they got Luca. So guess what that means? LeBron, he heads his bets. He got Luca on his team. He got the international. He got the best, probably the best international player, but not the best good joker. And so it's hard for them to say, you know, oh, you got LeBron, you got Luca on one team. Let's let them get out the playoffs 2 years in a row early. I don't care what y'all know about basketball. I don't care what you know about basketball. I don't care what nobody know about sports. Just riddle me this. Riddle me this. There's a there's a product that has been the top of sales for 22 years. This product has been in the top one and two of sales for 22 years. And then you go and get a top five product to add with that. Even if the product A drops in viewership appeal, the combination of the two products still are too valuable for you to lose. All that being said, it's been 3 hours. Man, I appreciate King coming on. Appreciate SFTS Radio in the chat. Great questions from SFTS Radio. Um, appreciate all the love. Everybody who came through, who stopped through. You know, hope to have you back. Tell me what you think about the Reed Shepard situation. Do you feel like it was overhyped, it was overblown, or are you like me, or you just kind of like whatever happens? I expected that. If, if, here's the big if. If you want to be considered, if you want to be considered for a Rockets debate, actual Rockets debate, this is going to be the spot to do it. This is going to be the spot to do it. I'm going to start announcing what's how exactly the platform is going to be once I get my moderator set up. I'm already right now as we speak. I'm already in negotiation with my moderators. So, if anybody know how I operate, this what I'm saying, they know how I operate. I made my brother my manager um, at one time. Then other time, I, I automatically moved myself into a building, that was way more than what I could afford. And then at the very next time, um, I operate. I'm like a shrewd operator. You hire a manager, and next time you can move into a building. Next time, you know, you can negotiate a contract, and the very next time. So I'm boom, 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 boom. So when I tell you, I have been in discussion with my moderator, you know, recently and getting things worked out as we speak. Um, if I'm able to get this squared away, and if you want to be part of the debate of the Houston Rockets debate, leave a message. You know, just leave a message and say, "Hey, and about who's the second best of all time. If the Rockets don't get to the Western Conference Finals this year, is it a failed season? Um, should it be championship or bust this year? Should we get rid of Reed Shepard as soon as possible, or should we sell high on Reed Shepard? There's a lot of topics that can be debated on about the Rockets. Um, so if you want to be a part of those